our heroes are... We finished off the combat round. Let me switch out this real quick. This is more appropriate.
So I'm covered in green, like same thing that Josh has?
No. You, your skin has kind of gone all numb.
Okay.
Yeah, your skin's gone all numb, and that's about all you can really notice at the moment. You got hit the same way that Physic did, but Physic is, as well as his skin going completely numb, it has gone translucent. He can see his veins and even his bones are beginning to show between.
Yeah.
Physic is wearing a Satch cosplay.
Yeah, Satch cosplay. All right. So with that in mind, we are starting with a new round of combat. So Jash, you are up, Swamp Thing.
Okay. Well, seeing as I actually hit it last time, I'm going to swing at it again.
All right. So yeah, you basically are going to swing at it with your Morning Star. What everybody else will see is your big webbed claw go.
All right, here we go.
Oh! And we might as well start it off how we mean to continue, huh?
Yes. Did that.
Oh my god, I did that.
You did that.
You're a real boy.
Natural 20!
Oh my god, and it's a crit for 22 points of
it's
damage.
my game now. I have awoken from my slumber.
That's one hell of a way to start the dice.
Yeah.
So let's see. If you voted on Snugs, which was one of you few, you got gold. Son of Joxer, Chrissy, and Debawalkus, thank you. You are richer because of your faith in the Jash Man. All right.
Faith in the Jash Man.
Jash Man.
I'm a Jash Man. Sorry. Something else I should never say or do again. Okay. All right, there's your natural 20. All right, so you hit it for 22. All right, so what you guys basically see is his massive claw comes straight down on the top of this thing's head, scratching one of the huge eyes, because it has those 3 eyeballs that are all in a row. I can go ahead and populate that a little better for chat to see. There it is. That's what they're facing. A big chompy maw, 3 big eyes in the center, a long fishy-type tail, and tentacles. All right, so, yeah, he hits it. The thing kind of like winces back in pain, clearly deterred by the blow. It still seems to be in reasonable physical shape, however. Which brings us to Rush Brinkley on the opposite side of the river. What does Rush want to do?
Since I'm actually down over the water.
Yeah, you're kind of you're hovering like right on the base of the water, and all of these guys have got a spell on them that allows them to be like water walking, so they're like 1 to 2 inches floating above.
So I was gonna cast Mage Armor on myself, but seeing it hit
Didn't you already
Marigold,
do that?
Yeah,
You did that already.
You did that already last round.
did I?
Yeah, because you cast Mage Armor and then you drop down onto the water.
I've slept since then.
I know, right? So you're good.
Okay, so I'm gonna dash across the water. Then.
Okay. Right, so you're going to dash across and kind of position yourself behind the blobby creature.
I wouldn't position myself there, but...
Hey, why not?
What's the asshole? I'm sorry. Little tiny gnome.
Here.
Sphincter. I don't know.
So that's probably just your movement without the requirement of dash, so you can still act if you want. Because that was only about 20 feet.
Oh, I can still act?
Yeah, because that would have only cost you your movement for this round, so you still technically have an action.
Alright. Shocking grasp.
Alright, so you're going to grab the creature by the tail. Let's see. Yep, go for it. And don't forget you get +2 to hit because of your size differential. Because you're little and it's big.
Flanking?
Flanking bonus?
Or because it's like a odd
It's a
angle,
ranged
right?
touch attack.
Yeah, you get
No,
the
it's a
flanking
melee
too.
touch attack. My bad.
Yeah, melee. So it's a melee touch attack, but you're +4 because you got 2 from flanking and 2 for your size bonus. It's not hard. It's very hard for you to miss
is it
putting
just
your
4
hand on this
then?
big fluffy thing.
BAB +4
Enigma,
plus
thank you, dude.
strength or dex for melee
Much
touch?
love for the resub. Take your pants off, hit the hype.
Plus strength bonus, I
Yes, for a melee strength attack. Yeah.
Jesus, then what is that? Okay. What is the BAB then?
Your base attack bonus gets added on any attack you do. Because that's your base attack bonus, right?
Making me math right now. Hold on.
So your BAB plus strength bonus
Okay.
plus whatever your... And then +4.
Oh,
Damn.
So that still can't be right. Because you got a +4, plus your base attack bonus, and plus your strength bonus, right? Or is your strength negatives? So the 5 is correct because you've lost points for the... Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, then you go to grab the thing and it moves its massive bulk slightly out of reach as your fingertips just barely miss the creature. Marigold, you are standing directly in front
With this
of these.
numb feeling, can I still move, or
Oh,
do
yeah,
I just
absolutely.
feel weird? All right. In that case,
Thanks
I'm going to attack again with my long sword.
All right.
I guess I get flanking now.
Yep, +2 for flanking.
All right.
And you should get a +1 to hit because of its size.
Okay. Cool.
Because it's large, so if you're medium, you get +1 to hit. If you're small, you get +2.
So, slashing at the little tentacle face there.
Okay, yeah, you slash at it. Your sword finds its mark. All right. You open up a deep gash right below its huge toothy maw. Dalith.
since I shot the previous rounds, I'm going to use this one reloading.
So you're spending the entire round reloading the rifle. Okay. Fessick.
I'm gonna do what I did last time.
All right.
I'm just following in suit, and I think last time I mentioned I wanted to scoot in kind of behind the person with the shield.
Yeah, you did.
share the space?
I actually moved you over a fraction just so that your token could be seen.
Okay. Yeah, no. I quite like to not be seen in this kind of situation.
For all intents and purposes, don't forget Marigold and Fisick, you have your backs to a wall.
That kind of sucks, doesn't it? See, when you mention things like that, Gore,
Just want to make sure I point that out, in case you forget that suddenly, all of a sudden, just a few seconds ago, you could move backwards freely, and now, whoa, where did that come from?
maybe scoot to the other side of Marigold.
Okay, so you're going to kind of squeeze between Marigold's lumpy butt and the wall. Okay.
I don't mind. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just swipe the attack, right?
Sure. Okay.
Attack. Okay. All right, there it is.
What are you attacking it
Full
with?
attack. My regular old scimitar attack. Yep.
A scimitar strike with your teeny tiny scimitar.
So my additional attack bonus is 2 for being tiny.
And you
I
have
get the 2
flanking
from
because of
flanking.
rush.
So no additional bonus. There we go.
Yeah, Rush has positioned himself to help you guys out by giving it something else to worry about.
Full attack, yes or no? I'm confused on that. Just leave
No.
it in. No?
Just no.
Just no? Yeah, that's confusing. These Marcos, man.
All right, yes, you
Oh,
find the
I
mark.
did it. I did it!
Okay,
We're doing it, guys.
another solid strike as the scimitar lands just beneath its front right tentacle, opening up a huge, big, blubbery gash. The cut is deep enough to where the blubber is beginning to part, and you can see the membrane, probably of its stomach or intestines, barely beginning to poke through. It is its turn to react. Ugh. Alrighty.
And it runs away crying
No,
like a sissy baby.
no.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, is in a instinctive defensive mechanism, the creature suddenly goes, and this big, massive, gas viscousy cloud of mucus that's about a foot thick comes flying out into the air and like soaks all over the creature. Basically, you can see like it's like there's like little spores and stuff are floating off into the air. Everybody that is within, let's see, what is it?
Can I put on my gas mask now?
Right. Okay. All right. Yep. Everybody's fine right now. As I said, most of it just seemed to cover itself in this thick, gooey mucus. Like, it like just sweated a ton of
That's
mucus
great.
all of a sudden. The mucus is kind of acrid and stinky, and just being around it, it's got a really weird feeling. You almost kind of sort of feel like the air has kind of gotten really damp all of a sudden.
I met this guy before.
I think he's at most coffee
It's
shops.
Hank.
All right. With that, he also is going to lash out with his front two tentacles. One of which is going to go at Marigold. Because why not? It's Marigold.
Why not? It's Marigold.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
stupid old
Have a
Mary.
go.
Stupid old Marigold. Yeah, no. Hurry up. Stop. There we go. All right. So let me go ahead and do that one. And I'll copy that. Save myself from doing it again. All right. Okay. So the tentacle lashes out towards Marigold. It strikes the mark, and it will do this much. All right. No adverse effect for you. The tentacle whips across your body like the cracking of a wet, slimy bullwhip. You take 7 points of damage.
That hat.
All right. The other one, which is on this side, really is probably only going to go at Jash, because it's the only logical solution, really. So it flicks its tentacle out at you. The tentacle slaps you right across the chest for 10 points of gooey, nasty, hideous tentacle damage. All right. Speaking of, Jash, it's your turn. The creature it looks seriously worse for wear. It's barely supporting its body weight with its two tentacles. Both of those attacks were more like it just went and flipped him out as it slumped down to the ground in front of it like a big, huge plop. Looks like it's barely got any strength left in it.
Yeah, I would take another swing with my flail at it,
Okay.
and I get
Thing.
+1 for the size bonus, and you still
One,
get
okay.
+2 flanking because Rush is just about in position, I believe.
got it.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
that's damage.
Yep,
Very
definitely.
good, sir.
All right, raising your big, clawish, webbed claw, he brings it slashing down right across the top of the thing's head. One of the largest eyes gets ripped clean out of the socket, and his fingertips sink down until they find a big kind of white gooey ball. As he retracts his claws from it, the thing shudders for a moment, and then just slips and splashes down into the water. Its tail and its upper body are submerged. The head is kind of like still laying right there in the shallows, so you can still clearly see the thing. But it does definitely seem to have been rendered dead.
Quickly, away from the bank! Quickly! Start running just this way a little bit.
All right.
I'm right behind you. That's what I say. Yeah.
I hear you.
I'm gonna look really stupid trying to get up this tall bank by myself, but I guess I'm gonna do it.
All right. Well, there is the there's the
Yeah,
lower
I'm
down
putting my
part.
hand
That's
up.
why you guys picked here, so you can kind of scramble your way.
As the swamp thing runs by me, I'm just gonna look at it bewildered, like, Jash?
What?
All right. Okay. So, ironically, as you have, let me go ahead and close this out just for a second here. Where's my? Okay, yeah. As that happens, as the last breath from the creature subsides, slowly but surely, you notice that the wall begins to diminish into nothing. And slowly, within a matter of seconds, Jash, you sort of see the green just go and peel down off of him and disintegrate into the floor, and now he looks like his big, muscly, former self again.
And that's when Dallas says, Jash, as he runs by.
Okay, so at this point, Physic, you start to feel like sore all over, and you're beginning to notice that your skin is starting to crack. What do you want to do?
It's cool, everybody. I made it.
I'm just going to pass right by and slide back down to the bank, but like sidle away from this guy and consider not letting my skin get too dry
Okay.
because it's cracking. That's
All
bad.
right. So you want to like put water on it or something? Or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna start like.
Okay,
putting
almost
water on myself.
immediately, as soon as you submerge your body into the water, it's like, ah!
Oh, okay.
Instant relief from the soreness and the pain, as if you just fell into a hot bath at the end of a very arduous physical day.
You see Dallas, like, as Marigold is running far away from the bank, Dallas just peers over, is like, what a... Physic?
I'm just gonna like sit by this rock here so I don't get swept away by the current, and I'm just gonna look up, just like, I may or may not be afflicted, and I'm just looking at my skimmages like see through at this point.
All right, yeah. So
You
basically,
may or may not be bait for another.
I'd rather not deal with crumbling up there.
Is there anything we can do?
I don't know. I'd have to look into it, and frankly, I'm more comfortable here right now.
Well,
Yeah.
perhaps
I mean,
you
why
could find a
wouldn't you be?
barrel of sorts so you could sit in there at the water. Carry
What are
it.
you? Oh, you might want to come down here too.
Oh. Look at my
yeah,
skin.
I mean,
Is
your
it doing the
skin,
same thing?
your skin is now beginning to go slowly translucent. You're starting to see your veins.
Well, that's not right. I'm
So-
gonna
so-
start running down there towards him.
So upon seeing this, Dallas is just gonna back up and I'm just like, yeah! They're infected, but not like you. I'm gonna look at Jash.
Jash
What do you
looks
mean, not
absolutely
like me?
fine right now.
Well, you were a
What?
creature?
Oh, because of how I handle that fish? Yeah, quite a beast if I
No.
do say so myself, yes.
No, you were speaking fish?
You were a Zora.
What's a Zora?
You're a Magikarp.
Look, you were green and you had claws and you were garbled looking.
I'm gonna just turn away from him and walk over to the edge, not paying any attention because I have no idea what he's talking about. And I'm going to look down at the two by the water and say, "All right, well, you seem to know how to fix everything, little man. So why don't you just tell us what to get, and we'll bring it back for you."
Give me a moment here to figure out what's going on, and I guess I don't know. First I'm gonna cast detect poison on myself. See
Alright.
if, and well, I guess
still don't understand why we're sitting next to the place where that came from. There could be more.
I think they're
It's the water that feels very good on our skin, you see.
Yes, your skin.
Yeah,
is-
more
you
of
want
that.
to feel bad on your skin. Another one of those things.
well, You guys figure it out. I'll keep a lookout to see if anything else comes from that direction. Jash, maybe look the other way.
Oh, yeah, sure. Right.
All right. Yeah. So by now, Marigold, your skin is pretty much the same. You guys, it's like water is definitely the answer. It's like when your skin begins to crack, the water washing into you, you know, kind of like rehydrates your skin, and it doesn't hurt anywhere near as bad. I mean, just having your arm out in the air, it doesn't seem to happen quickly, but over probably little more than a few minutes, your skin does begin to dry out and start to crack.
Oh
You know.
no. Are we going to have to be water people the rest of our lives? Physics.
No, we just have to figure out a way to fix it. No,
I'm not a good swimmer.
noted. So the detect poison that I guess anything from that.
It is not poison of any kind that you it doesn't radiate as poison.
Then it's either a curse or a disease.
Well, yeah, that thing erected a wall between you and me, and turned Jash into, well, whatever Jash refuses to admit he got turned into.
What?
So,
Fine.
maybe not poison, because he didn't touch us, he just looked at us, and things happened.
I'm just gonna kind of lie on the bank here for a second and just go, Rush!
What?
Come here!
The water is the last place I want to be.
Rush! Come here!
Fucking bugs and fish and
Rush over here.
I hate it down here. Fucking nature. What?
I'm gonna need help with this. I don't know exactly what it is. It seems to be some kind of disease, and I think our best bet would be making some kind of potion at this point.
Oh, potion. Okay. I thought
Yeah.
you were gonna make some kind of STD joke.
When have I ever? I just need your help with this, okay? I'm kind of. I guess I should maybe an herbalism check. Now that I.
Well, herbalism would be like
Yeah.
to
To see if I can find
when you
like
find
reagents that
herbs
would
and
help.
search them. Yeah, I'll give you a herbalism check to see if there's any herbs that you know of that might cure this.
Okay. Just like my go-to herb buddies.
Yeah,
We all have them.
your herb dealer.
Now that I have this check. Woo. Oh.
There are plants that you know that are particularly good for moisturizing, but not to this degree. You really can't think of any plant short of maybe a cactus if you was to cut the cactus open and rub it on your skin and had a very, very large amount of cactuses available all the time. Could work, but yeah, it doesn't really seem like the answer is easy within your grasp by utilizing any kind of natural remedy that you can think of.
I'm just gonna start taking the wet mud and caking it on my arms. Like, I can see my arms now. It's good. Everything's fine.
Holds a little bit more of the
It's
moisture.
okay.
That's not bad. I'm gonna start doing that as well, just to get
Okay.
a little bit more moisture on the skin.
All right. So, yeah, you're caked in damp, wet mud.
Can't think of anything that would deal with this. I don't know exactly what it is. You're a cleric. Marigold, do you know any can you ask for some cures here?
Some cures. I've never dealt with translucent skin before, but let me see what I got here.
Ready for some olive olay or some Garnier or some shit. I don't.
Right.
I don't know. I have to look through my.
I guess it's kind of because we leveled now, right? So
Yeah.
Oh, we did. So
Yeah.
now we
so
have.
we
Yay!
have access to those spells. But do we have
Yeah.
to rest before we can choose them for the day, or
I mean, technically, yes.
okay?
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
How are you gonna rest and stay moist?
Like this.
It's my understanding that ladies don't like that word. Dallas.
Fair enough. I will choose a better word. I mean, maybe Rush and myself and Jash will take turns throughout the night dumping water on you.
Because that won't wake you up or anything.
Well, we'll pour it gently over.
get
All right, all right.
You
I
have to
got
gently, you have to just gently dab them with
I'll keep Marigold
moist
wet. It's okay. I got this.
Okay, I'll take Fitzik because, he's smaller. There's less real estate.
And I'll stay up here.
I mean, if that'll work, if you guys can have something.
I took create water this morning, oddly enough. So if we maybe dug a clay pit or something we could lay in just to keep us out of this water or something, it would
So you go to sleep in a
in a puddle.
rudimentary bathtub.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to kind of like go further up the bank, dig yourselves a hole, fill it with water, and lay in that, so you're not like perpetually laying in the dangerous possibilities of the river.
Yeah, that sounds
Pretty viable.
I don't like that.
It sounds better than being by the river.
So,
Doesn't sound good, but at this point, anything sounding good is kind of far-fetched. Okay, so
Well, let's fill our water flasks and water skins or whatever, and
just keep us going until we can.
keep you wet. And I look at Rush and give a nod of like, never again am I saying moist.
Taking that way too seriously. Like a military man. Yeah, so
all right, there you go.
get out of
So
there.
you dig yourselves like a little mud pit, and you can go and lay in it like little piggies.
Pig in mud time. Piggies in the mud time.
I love it.
All right, okay. Yep, so you slosh down in your filthy wet mud.
I call the left side. It's small, like me.
Okay, yep. So you emerge yourself and feel significantly better.
It's like a spa time in the middle of the wilderness that wants to kill you.
Honestly, this just reminds me of the wealth that I lived in, and we had some strange spa remedies and mud baths. It's very disgusting.
Yeah, but it's gonna hopefully keep us alive. So
Guess so.
All right. So, what's everybody else doing? Physic obviously has his plan.
Yeah, I would just probably back up and keep watch, I guess.
Okay.
Not much more I can really do.
Keep an eye on the river. All right. What about
Yep.
what is Daleth going to do?
Well, if Jash is doing that, I'm going to try to get some sleep, but otherwise I'll be doing the same thing as Jash.
And I'm gonna focus on keeping people damp.
Okay. So, do you have any kind of containers or anything like that you can use to curry water backwards and forwards? Obviously, you have water skins, so you can just refill that and keep the mud wet at least.
Physic, didn't you say you were going to do a spell?
oh yeah, I have a create water spell.
Oh, okay.
I was
There you
gonna
go.
dump that in the pit when we got in.
All right. Yeah, sounds like a sensible move.
Hit the Marco. So remind myself that I did it.
All right. Yep. So you dump basically it's like 10 gallons of liquid in the pool. So that'll keep you wet for a while for sure.
Yeah.
It won't dry out overnight. Not with that much water. Okay. So you guys are just going to go ahead and keep an eye out and allow the two mudlings to rest.
Good, wholesome,
All
drinkable water.
Okay.
Now full of mud.
Well, apparently it seems that most things of nature in and around here knew to stay well clear of this area of river, because nothing tends to come to cause you any kind of disturbance. You see on the other side of the bank, maybe a small deer comes down and drips its head down and drinks a little, and every great once in a while you may see a rodent or two, but nothing sinister. So yeah, you do manage to get a rest. It was kind of late anyway, so you guys get a pretty... no, actually, that's a complete lie. It was early, so you're going to rest and probably till mid to late afternoon. All right.
Yep.
By mid to late afternoon, the mud in the pool, you guys, a lot of it is starting to dry out and go cakey. You're having to like dig your hands down into it to get the wet stuff and slide it back on yourselves. I'm afraid, though, it hasn't subsided. It still seems to be as painful as ever, and your skin seems to still have problems maintaining any form of moisture.
Okay, well, it's been a rest, though, so...
Yep. So,
That's
you
good.
guys have rested, so you can prepare your natural magics and
Tritherion!
can pray
Yes.
to Tritherion.
Bless us with your light and healing. Amen.
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 Did it work?
All right.
Yes, I think I know what to do now. I'm gonna try to cast Remove Disease on Physic.
Alrighty.
See if that does anything.
Oh, is that the spell that you're? Was that the spell that you're picking for your save?
One of them.
Yeah, for your level.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty. That's what you're memorizing for the day. Let me see here.
Yeah, I'm going through my list, just setting it up.
All right. Yep, it seems to have worked. His skin seems to slowly become pink again, and the itchiness and unpleasantness subsides.
Wonderful.
I'm taking a note of how to do that for later.
Are you sure it works? Sometimes urine is a natural, like, can alleviate shit like that. I mean,
So I'm looking better. I'm looking at Marigold. Did you get one for yourself, or?
Yes. I believe I did.
Yeah, if you've got access to 2 third-level spells, you technically can.
Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going. It's good.
Keep going.
It's
Keep
good.
going.
It's good roleplay. It's good roleplay.
I'm in a weird mood. Alright, yeah, I do have one that I'm casting again. And that should be my 2.
All right. Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh, you're
Good.
Okay. Wait. Oh, it rolls by automatic. Okay. Yes. So you have indeed managed to remove the disease from yourself as well.
I only look slightly disappointed that I didn't get to
How
piss on
appropriate.
I mean, I know
So,
Rush is into a lot of things, but like,
Everything. He's into everything.
Shall we follow Rush's advice and get the hell away from this river?
as Dell starts to say
Nice.
that, I'm like, yeah, and I start to,
Yeah, that's
TikTok, what's up, buddy?
right.
Welcome.
Yay.
Hey,
TikTok's
thanks,
giving us a
guys.
quick hit and a raid. Good to see you
Hey.
guys. Welcome
Got
to
a
the show,
raid.
dudes. All right, so you guys want to move northwards? Well, not really northwards, but more eastwards along the riverbank, or do
Yes.
you want to go north, get away from the river, and then go east? What's your game plan?
Just east.
maybe northeast for a bit, and then
For a
east.
bit, sure.
All right, the Jim, thanks for the cheer, buddy. Much appreciate it.
Thank you guys for the
Left us a
follows and
message.
the raids.
We'll
Awesome.
read it here in just a minute when we get a break. All right. Okay,
Well,
let's
I just
let's
want
go
you
ahead
to know,
and move you guys
if it
along.
was gonna save your life, I would piss on you.
Hey,
That's
Welcome.
nice of you, isn't it?
thank you.
Welcome everyone to the stream. For the first...
This is the sort of thing you're going to hear frequently.
Admit that we will piss on each other.
Because that's the sort of
that's
thing
a
that
bond.
sick
I
people-
get
That's the
stage
bond we
fright,
share.
So
For support.
I don't want to share that bond, guys.
Sure you do. You don't have a
No.
choice.
it's either life.
But I'll
death.
do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, there you go. That's the spirit.
Yeah, just so you know, lets you know the love, because if it was necessary, Jane would piss on you. That's all you need to know.
Drip, drip,
All right,
drip.
okay.
If I were on fire, she was probably the one that set me on fire, but
Probably. All right, okay, yeah, so you start working your way, you get northwards
marching
away from the river, and continue through much more familiar terrain. You know, the rugged, overgrown tree lines, the canopy above that sheds little to no light, especially late afternoon, the plants, the fallen trees, the logs, the vines, the things that you have come to accept as commonplace over the last week or two of being down in this accursed place.
Perhaps we should get back into our regular marching order then.
Sounds good to me. Take a few steps forward.
Marigold in the middle. Keep an eye on the trees. I'll keep an eye on the back.
What's in the
and find
trees?
praying
Giant
mantises.
Oh, you're right. We fought so many monsters already, I'm starting to forget. Giant praying mantis.
I'll
Right.
do this.
Oh yeah,
Watch
you
out
did
for
have
mine.
you did have a run-in with a giant praying mantis at some point, didn't you?
Vine on the right.
Tree on the left.
Grass on the bottom.
Forest all around.
Take
Okay,
care.
as you get further and further away, the sound of the river ends up being little more than a fleeting sound somewhere way, way, way back in the distance.
Hello, Copernicus. As I pass by
All
it.
right. Okay, so you guys travel for probably what seems to be about another 3 or 4 hours until it is pitch black down here in the below the canopy. You recently rested, so you're not exactly tired, but of course it is rather dark and difficult for some of you to see. What do you want to do? What's your game plan?
Nothing wrong with sleeping comfortable, I guess.
Well, setting up camp at the very least and just waiting out the dark, right?
No, I don't want to travel in this nighttime.
I don't think any of us really do.
Okay, let's set up a camp and survive, I guess.
I'm partial
Yeah,
to
so
this
pitch
log
tent.
I
in
always find
particular.
surviving a good option. All right, yeah, I mean, that large log that's laying there, that huge big piece of tree trunk, the gnomes can virtually lay against it and barely be seen from the other side.
Is there a
Partial
monster
to
in
this
it?
log.
Is there a monster in
Is
the
it a
log?
log monster?
Also
It's-
that.
I fire an arrow at the gazebo.
Okay, well, if you want to check the log, it does appear to be slightly hollowed out at one end. It's possible that there could be something, you know, nothing particularly large, but there could
Someone
easily be
check,
something
please.
hiding up in there.
All right, I'm gonna use my once daily gnome ability to talk to burrowing animals and just in burrowing animal speech, whatever that might sound like. Hello?
Okay, waiting to see if you get any response from any burrowing animals inside the log. You do not.
Squeak, squeak, squeakins, squeaker, squeak, squeakins.
Nope,
tree
it would
ants,
appear that there are no burrowing animals hiding inside the log at the very least. Or if they are, they're either deaf or don't want to talk to you.
He's shy. We should be good at this log. I have good vibes about this log. Pat,
Oh
pat,
Jesus.
Yeah, Jash
Just
is gonna.
thinking-
I'm gonna give him a sideways look.
Yeah, if he has good. I'm
Kinda
with
like
Jash
this.
over here. Physic has good thoughts about it. I'm kind of afraid of it now.
Are we ever gonna get over that, or am I just bad news?
Well, considering that was only like what a day ago or so, it's still a bit fresh.
The record's
Yeah.
not good for you,
Still a
man.
bit fresh in my mind. You
And
see.
we all had bad vibes about the river, and those all turned out to be right. As it turns out, just about everything's dangerous. We've inspected the log at least.
Listen,
Yeah.
I know
But you said good vibes
Physic.
about the log.
Physic may have made a mistake in the past, but we can all not
Yeah,
make
it's
fun
not
of
like
him.
anybody died.
All right.
Oh shit! No, I wasn't. No, that's not.
Talking about Danyan. Are you
No.
blaming that on Physic?
It was a
Probably.
turn of phrase. I didn't mean literally.
I'm gonna sleep on this side of the log.
That
You guys
totally
suck.
wasn't physical.
Rush, how
I'm,
could you?
I'm just gonna straddle the log so I can look both, to Physic and the other guys.
All right.
And I'm just gonna rest the gun against my leg, just kind of sigh and say nothing.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
Considering going into
Still
tree
yelling.
form and just never coming out of it.
Becoming part of the natural area down here. Why not?
I would
Is it too soon? Are we not joking about this shit? I'm not serious, everybody. I wasn't even joking about it.
Yeah, it was
Just
2 days
buried
ago
them.
since you buried
It was
the
a
rotting
bad
dead
choice of
corpses.
words.
Okay, so as I said, none of you are particularly tired, but I mean, it doesn't mean you can't catch it, especially those that did a watch. I guess could always catch a couple of hours rest because you guys
Yeah.
didn't get a full night's rest. So
Yeah, that'll
You know,
be.
maybe-
I didn't get a full
Keeping
night.
people wet is tiring work. I'm gonna.
yeah, you stayed up a lot as well. So maybe
I'm gonna take a few.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, you just
To
so
make the
basically you're
darkness-
just going to kind of rest up while it's particularly dark and wait out the rest of the night so it's safer to travel.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems like a fair thing to do.
Time to wreck it.
Oh boy. Yep.
All right, okay. Nope. As very slowly you start to see, many hours later, little glimpses of glimmer through the trees as the tree canopy move every so often. You catch a glimpse of almost daylight. So, yep, the sun obviously is coming up, and clearly it is beginning to become daylight. The shadows are no longer jet black; they're just kind of dark and foreboding, like they usually are. But you can at least see your way. There's enough light, as always, that penetrates down here to be able to see, but it still has that horrid, gloomy feel to it.
I'm gonna
But-
poke my head over the log and just. Anybody else a little bored of waiting around for something to kill us?
If we can see to move on, we should move on.
Agreed.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
ready to go.
So, which direction are you traveling more today?
East, I guess.
Predominantly eastward.
East, just
Okay.
straight east.
There
Yeah.
we go. All right.
As we go, I'm gonna walk up to Marigold and I'm gonna say, our progress has been pretty slow.
It has. I can't really tell the difference between a fast and a slow pace.
Well, I look. I just want you, being a friend of Cecilia, who we're trying to find,
Yes.
maybe prepare yourself to the chance that we are just gonna find another corpse. The cat agrees.
Listen, I know you want to prepare me for the worst of the worst, and I understand that. And trust me, I have prepared for every situation in my head, so it's fine. Of course, I want Cece to be alive, but I've almost died down here several times, and it's only been less than a week, so the chances of her actually being alive, I know, are very slow. Or low. Excuse me. So I get it.
Oh, did we lose it again?
I don't know. Keep going. Chat
Okay.
seems to think not, but I'm seeing a lot of a lot of packet loss again.
Just so long as you're in the right frame of mind for whatever we might discover.
I am, but outwardly, I'm not going to say anything negative. I'm going to pretend like everything's fine, and we're going to find Cece, and everything's going to be happy and glory, and we're going to go home and be fine.
I'm just gonna nod and walk back to my position.
Yes. To Cece! Let's go.
To CC!
Alrighty. Okay,
Thanks,
so you're going to
Rush.
continue heading in that direction. Alright, well,
Yes.
hopefully it'll really, stay up here. Alright, so you continue traveling on for probably at least another 4 to 5 hours, traveling in the direction that you believe the dirigible to be. After a short, as I said, a short travel of 3 to 4 hours. Let me fix something real quick here before I put you on that map, because I don't like that there. Okay. You're going to have to reposition yourselves, because I don't have you all in the lines that I do normally. Alright, something interesting happens. Up ahead, as you break through
Interesting to you, or?
the canopy of the trees, you see a huge, big, red-leafed
baby?
tree, totally out of place here with the rest of the forest that you have seen.
Oh shit!
Sorry, I thought I was muted over here.
There appears to be like large moss-covered rocks forming a huge circle around the tree itself. You can also hear kind of well, you may or may not possibly hear, so give me a listen check first. Everybody.
Okay.
This is where I roll my 20s.
Get it. Get it.
Alright, nope, and nope, and nope. There's only one person left to roll. And Physic. Alright, Physic, you hear a very faint sound somewhere kind of like to the northeast that sounds kind of like this.
Nope. I'm out. Let's go.
That was a really bad imitation.
I love it.
I love it.
Hey, somebody take care of that. Wait, what the?
Okay, yeah, everybody
Guys.
else seems to be paying so much attention to the sudden
Tree.
change in, environment that nobody else apparently heard the sound in the distance.
Approach with caution. There seems to be something going on here.
So
What do you
maybe,
mean?
yeah.
There's a.
I hear a child.
A child.
Baby?
Yeah, but one of those.
Look, the thing in the river.
Fucking baby out in the middle of nowhere? Are you kidding me, Physic? I don't hear shit.
A thing in the river erected a wall that wasn't really there. I mean,
Yeah, I'm thinking it's something along those lines.
okay.
Could it be
Figment
like
babies.
an orc baby? or-
Okay.
Hangman's
Getting
baby.
closer to this tree, I'd like to inspect. Maybe
Go ahead and show
Yeah,
me how
what's
close
going
you're getting.
see about here. I'm just taking a look from here.
Okay.
What's going on?
I
with
mean,
this?
it's a huge, big, incredibly vibrant tree. You can see the sky right here. I mean, there's actually a perfect clearing, and this is the center of it. As I said, you can see all the mossy rocks that are situated all the way around it that clearly are beyond just natural formation. Somebody placed these things here. Now, on the other
The baby?
side of the tree, you actually can see what appears to be a small
Oh my
human
God.
child, like barely crawling through the ground, like on its belly.
What the actual fuck?
Do I shoot it?
Is anyone going to stop me? Because I'm about to run for the baby.
Poor old
Mary,
Mirabelle, thanks for the
Mary,
cheer,
Mary.
buddy.
All right.
Pull me back.
Your figment baby that you heard, I can see it.
Much
Something's
love,
wrong.
thanks, bud.
We could see the wall too. Remember?
That's the creepiest shit I've ever seen.
So we leave it.
Some kind of ritual stone formation. Yes. Stay back, Marigold. Stay back.
Marigold, no!
Marigold,
Don't
no.
listen to your ovaries.
Ah,
There it is.
child.
Look at him, bless him.
Yeah, I'm gonna get closer and maybe look at one of these rocks, see if there's anything like carved in it or something.
Something's here
Okay.
with the baby. I mean, it didn't make a diaper of leaves itself.
Should that be like a search check or?
New
Yeah,
name.
give me a
Leave
search
diaper
check, and you're
baby.
going to search the rock to see if you can see any marks or anything on it.
Like indications that
Yeah.
there's something. Yeah. EQRS. There is search. It's like a mini game.
All
We
right,
also-
okay. You examine the rock. You scrape away some of the moss. Honestly, short of it being just a very large rock that somebody clearly put here to form a circle around this tree, there seems to be nothing noticeably remarkable about it.
There's a baby crawling around over there in physics looking at a rock.
Yeah. I mean, the baby clearly can't crawl. It can't move by itself. It's like on its stomach and just flailing and just rolling around in the dirt.
I'm still kind of scooting around the edge of this thing.
Okay.
Unless anyone's stopping me. So
No,
I was telling.
gonna go back to
It's
somebody please back me up.
I mean, come on, it's a baby. Can't
I'm
be trusted,
gonna
right?
watch the other side of the tree, looking
No.
for something
stay.
else to run out there.
Okay.
Okay, I got a closer look at the baby. Does it look like a baby or like an evil baby? What?
What's the difference?
This is a really
Evil
small
baby has
freaking
sharp
baby.
teeth.
Okay, the only I mean, it's dirty. It strangely enough does seem to have a diaper. Not a diaper, but it's like got moss that seems to have melded itself into a diaper around its lower section.
God, the baby can transmute moss.
Look, guys. Babies usually have mothers. Maybe.
This is clearly a ritual site of some kind. I can't get a good look at the tree from here, and I don't want to step into the circle.
Well, the baby doesn't seem to
Well,
have
the
a problem with it.
Yeah.
The baby's probably a trap to be sprung.
It's
I'm
a
gonna
booby
look at-
baby.
It could be a trap.
I'm gonna look at the surrounding trees to see if there's any other babies.
In case
Yeah,
you're
the tree
going
is
to be
the
assaulted
baby
by an
trap.
army of babies.
Bunch of babies are charging.
If
us.
there's enough of them. Oh
Jesus.
man.
They're
Okay.
surrounding us.
All right. So yeah. So you want to basically do a perimeter search and check all the trees in the area around here, make sure that there's no hideous and
Other
heinous
babies.
infants hiding to attack you at any moment. Okay.
Yes. Do I do a
All
spot
right.
check or?
Yeah. Definitely give me a spot check.
Okay.
Just when you think you've
You
seen
know-
everything.
You know, baby is just a very funny word. Oh God.
All right.
You're
As
a
much
funny
as you
word.
keep
I'm not
looking
getting near that baby.
out into the out into the tree line and look, you just keep.
Yeah, the baby.
Keep your gun focused on the babby, okay?
Baby.
You're gonna get up to the
You're
side
gonna
of
call it like it's
Baby,
a dog.
coochie coo.
All right. The baby is just kind of sitting there on the ground, clearly struggling. It's face down in the dirt. It keeps lifting its head up to breathe, but only out of
Traumatized.
instinct. Clearly, this thing can't maneuver itself or propel itself in any way. It's probably no more than 2 to 3 months old at best.
Ugh.
Barely able to crawl.
I mean,
We
is
need
it?
to grab the baby. Yes.
Why?
Can I get a nature check on
Why?
this tree?
Something's been taking care of it. You don't
I'll let
think
you get a
it
nature
was
check
just
on the
birthed
tree
out here
from
in the
where
middle of
you are,
nowhere and then
based on
survived for
what's
2 or 3
possible.
months?
Go
I
ahead.
have seen crazier things down here.
Have you really?
Yes.
A human baby crawling around.
Well, look, we already know that the Lady of Tritherion is not going to let a defenseless baby...
It's not defenseless! How do you know it's even human?
It's suffocating in the mud. Look at it.
It's not suffocating, it's crying.
Bait.
Give me that nature check on that tree that you want to make physic.
Okay. I've been kind of like eyeing it as I walked around.
Okay.
Do. Nature starts with K. K-nature.
Does. K-nature. All right. Okay. So, yeah. First of all, this tree, it clearly is well nutriented. It's vibrant. It's not malnutritioned by some of these trees. One of the biggest problems with this forest is it's so overgrown. The trees seem to be fighting and grasping for their, for their ability to grow. Probably the root systems are very tangled up. A lot of the nutrients, with there being so many plants here, make it very difficult. But this tree is flourishing incredibly well. The other thing you notice at the base of the tree, the soil is thick and black, but not kind of like, the discarded, decaying, mossy black of a lot of the other canopy. This looks like almost like someone planted this tree in perfect soil. Like they opened up a ton of grow bags and put the soil here. It's thick, black, nutritious peat.
Okay.
Does it look new? Like,
that's the interesting thing. The earth still looks fresh and vibrant. Like the earth is fairly new, but this tree clearly has been here. I mean, the size of the tree, this type of tree, it would have taken it 15 years to grow to this height.
Look, why don't we just get a long stick and push it on its back, so at least it's not breathing in the ground.
Before anyone ridicules that idea, I had the same one.
but not get near it.
It's dangerous for a baby to be on its back too, right?
Are you just gonna argue with every suggestion I have, Raj? I'm trying
I'm gonna try and get a little closer to the baby
here. You seem like you want to have this
here.
baby's best interests at heart, but what if it spits up while it's on its back and chokes on its own vomit? Is that something you want to watch?
well, then we push it back.
Why don't we make a lasso out of a rope and lasso the baby and pull it over to us out of a circle?
Lasso the baby.
Throw the rope around its neck and haul it out of
That might
the
kill it.
I'm not going to lasso it around the neck.
With the fact that tree looks different from all the other trees, and a baby came out of it.
So let's get the baby away from the tree.
Trying again to see what the diaper like thing is, how that's fashioned. Does it?
It's a perfectly woven mass of moss that seems to be perfectly diaper shaped around the baby's nether regions.
Either there's a civilization down here and they've left their child, or there's a civilization down here and they've
Oh my god, I thought you were smart! Since we've been down here, we have done nothing but run into traps like this shit right here. We should keep walking!
I will not leave.
I'm getting some serious mixed signals from the gnome way over there.
May I please lasso this baby?
Lasso the baby!
Please
Jack.
lasso the baby.
Yes. All right. And I'm gonna grab the rope out of my pack and make a little lasso.
Okay. Just for the record, and I'm not saying you should do this, but just in case you're not sure, you humans are tall enough that you could get close to the edge of the rock and reach over and probably reach the baby if you wanted to. Not saying you should, or
kind of want to lasso this
but if
baby.
the reason you were wanting to lasso it is because of the distance, you
crawling
can reach
around
it.
in the dirt there.
Lasso the baby.
And you're all too afraid to step in the circle of rocks, but you're gonna touch something that is alive.
I'm not gonna touch it.
The rope's gonna touch it.
Exactly. See? Now we're on the same page here. I like it. I like that.
If we are,
Look, okay,
Yeah.
when you have like, okay, so these are all trees, right? That one looks different. That means it's eating something different.
I'm gonna lasso this
kinda like,
baby.
don't you have some kind of mage hand that you can prop the head up with?
So this entire time I've been getting a rope ready, just FYI, and I'm going to lasso this baby.
Okay. So how specifically, how do you want to try to lasso the baby?
Anything but around its neck. If I get an arm or a leg or around the torso, just like have it.
Kind of branch with like a split
I don't
head
want
so
to
you
break
could
his
like
neck. I
hold the
just want
rope
to
over it
dislocate
and
one
then
of
like
his limbs.
fish it down.
Yeah.
Okay. All
Try
right.
to like fish it around the leg.
Well, you can pull a baby by its leg. It'll be fine. It's not gonna hurt it. Oh God.
All right. Now the baby starts to cry.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh god, I'm getting my tubes tied tomorrow.
Oh, this.
Trap! It's trap! It's trap!
Rush is probably right here, but I'm just. Well, you're beating a dead horse, Rush.
It's most
Come
certainly
over
a
here
trap.
first.
It's definitely a trap, but we
Oh
can't
my
just
god,
leave
we
a kid
can't
like
leave
this.
the baby that we just met that's obviously
Rush,
probably
Rush.
bait, but you can leave me across the river while you're all getting attacked by a fish man.
Well,
We can't avoid obvious danger by burying those who died before us, but you're
Rush, it most likely is a trap, but Marigold is a lady of Tritherion, which is all about personal defense and,
If I left this baby here, I'm sure certain my powers would just be destroyed immediately.
Did you ever think that maybe taking that baby is like kidnapping?
Not taking it, we're just gonna make it so it can breathe. And maybe take care of it the rest of its life, I don't know.
Look,
Did you lasso the baby in or something?
I'm
Fuck's
practicing.
sake.
I'm waiting
And
when you
after
guys
that, I'm just gonna make a beeline right for the fucking baby.
Oh shit!
Oh, okay. So you're going into.
What?
All right.
What?
Yep. So you wander into the circle. All right. Nothing happens.
And I'm gonna pick
but,
up the baby, and I'm gonna.
It's as big as you are.
No, it's not as big as her, but
Oh god, it won't stop crying.
Hand it over, hand it over.
Maybe don't take it out of the circle, but nurse it within.
Nurse it? Do you have anything to nurse this thing with?
I'm gonna take out my water and then like hand it over to Rush. Give
Okay.
it water at least. Oh man. Nurse it. Anyone have any Robitussin?
It won't.
Baby starting to make a
I'm
lot
gonna
of noise.
drown it. It won't.
Did you pick up the
Here,
baby?
there.
Okay.
Try singing to it.
Jerusha, help me out here.
Jerusha seems kind of scared of the thing. Horrible little baby creature that won't stop crying. When you're holding it like this, for you, it's still a fairly large baby.
Oh God! If it eats me, one of you got to take care of Jerusha. I'm gonna kind of hold it close to me and kind of
Okay.
pat it.
So creepy.
Certainly doesn't
Yeah, that
seem to
last
want to
one's
shut up. That's for sure.
All right, give it food.
Living in the limelight, the
Yeah.
universal dream.
Eyes on the trees.
It's in the trees.
I'm telling Doe to keep an eye out because he's good with this kind of thing.
Okay,
Attract a lot of attention.
I'm gonna keep looking around.
All right.
Try to give it some food. Give it some food.
Food. Clean its diaper. I don't know.
Please, anything.
Shut it up.
Do anything with it.
Louder than my gun.
I'm gonna.
What is
What
that?
do I have in my
sound?
bag?
Is that like vroom, vroom?
Yeah, what's the stomping noise? Oh man, I feel like I'm in a horror movie.
There's like
Yeah,
there's like a bunch of
creepy
weird
baby
sounds in the sound effect. that are
I was
freaking
like,
me
I'm gonna
out.
end it my pistol. Shiny.
I'm so
scary.
So
I'm
wait,
gonna
go
make
over.
faces at it. There.
Do we hear other noises or just the baby cry?
All I can hear is a baby cry.
Okay, because every once in a while we get some like
It's like
feedback or something.
Oh, there was a little feedback coming from the end of one of the sounds. I stopped using that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Gonna-
So we,
Okay, cool.
It's okay. Shh. There. I'm gonna pull like something out of my bag, like nuts and bolts or something, and like make a makeshift rattle.
Okay.
Okay.
And jiggle that around.
All right.
Hey. Shh. It's okay. Uncle Rush won't let the mean people over there hurt you. It's okay.
Let me try to maybe he's hurt. I'm gonna go over and do a heal check on him.
All right.
See, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but you know.
Go ahead. Give us a heal check. The baby seems to be remarkably well. Doesn't seem to be malnutritioned. It seems to be, the muscle tone seems to be there for its age. There's no spots, blemishes, or marks on it. It seems immaculately
Maybe-
healthy.
Maybe it's dirty. Do you know how to change its leaves?
No, but I do have comprehend languages. Can I talk to babies with this?
No.
I don't think
Babies don't have a language.
Babies don't have a language
I
yet.
know, but maybe this is like a magical baby that's.
I'm gonna pet the bottom of the baby. Is it wet or?
What's the APGAR score of this baby?
I don't know what to do. I've never had a baby before.
run tests.
Run tests.
Wet.
I mean, first off, see if it is a freaking baby. You know, like
Okay, if we.
Okay, I'm gonna try to
Trying worse.
pull at its diaper to check it. To see if it's a he or a she, or if it chooses not to identify gender. Like what?
Okay. It is a bouncing baby boy for sure.
Okay.
All right, is it? It's dry. Like it doesn't need to be changed.
The moss around its nether regions is moist, but it doesn't seem to have any kind of unpleasant substances left behind.
Okay. Physic.
Yeah.
Scout the surrounding ground to see if you can find any tracks. Maybe some mother abandoned it here.
Good idea. I'm going to do exactly as he said.
What do babies eat, Marigold?
Baby food?
Garb.
Milk. Where are we gonna get milk? I don't see any cows around here.
I've never seen a cow before.
Well, I mean, you're more equipped than I am, but I'm pretty sure that, right? You're not.
It doesn't work that way, yeah.
So I have that track skill. Is it search for tracks or?
Do you actually have that as a skill?
Oh yeah, it's like a
Yeah, then you use your survival skill.
Yeah, survival.
Maybe it was trying to eat the dirt.
Oh, great.
Nothing that would kind of definitively lead you to believe someone brought this baby and left it here. Or
Is this
that the
the nature
baby
boy?
somehow got here itself.
Any strange markings on the baby or something weird about
No,
it?
not a mark. It is, as I said, not a blemish on its skin.
Is there anything magical about the baby?
Detect magic.
Okay, you going to cast Detect Magic on it?
Yes.
You had that skill this whole time?
Okay, the baby does not radiate magic of any kind.
What about the surrounding area? Sweep. Stones and
Tree.
Well,
Anything?
I already used it.
no, it's a
Yeah,
concentration.
as long as you concentrate, you can do it for a period
Alright,
of time.
I'll do the whole
You can
area
kind
of
of
the tree and the stones.
For all intensive purposes, for everything within the radius and the sweep, which is like a pretty much everywhere around you. I think it's like up 60 feet or something like that. It's
Okay, I'm gonna start
magical.
rocking around with the baby and kind of moving around, walking around the tree. If I could get it to stop crying, maybe we could think.
So hard to think of this noise.
I was not ready to become a parent.
I'm gonna walk up to Josh and put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "I'm sorry, you didn't get the lasso." I would have been okay with that idea.
I mean, I still can.
I'm gonna pick up the child if it's left there.
No, it's not
No,
left there.
I'm walking around
I think
with it.
Rush is
Left
walking
there?
around with it right
God.
now. Here, to avoid confusion, I'll move it
Okay.
just so that because we know that Rush is currently holding it.
Okay. I'm gonna go straight up to the tree then. And,
Okay.
And directly inspect what's going on with this thing.
All right. Okay.
Nature check on that, or
Well, no, your nature check has already pretty much confirmed everything you need to know. It is the healthiest version of of the tree that it could possibly be. It is strong. It has clearly had the perfect growing nutrients to get as big as it has. The soil here is thick and rich. And you could probably, you could grow just about anything in this soil.
What level is the baby? How much experience?
what did it choose as its first level
What
feat?
is this challenge flurry?
Annoying crying.
Ah, shit.
So I'm gonna walk to Rush and be like, let's sing it a song,
I tried. I sang it limelight.
Oh, you gotta sing a song that like the kids love, like on top of spaghetti, all covered with cheese. Come on, Rush. I lost my poor meatball when somebody
Seems to be crying louder
Come
and
on.
harder now.
No, it rolled up the table. Come on, guys. No.
You got your sunrise, big surprise. You're going to Johnson. Nothing.
May I please see your child, Rush? May I hold your
child,
baby?
hell no! And I'm gonna hand it over to
I
visit.
think that would work. I'm going to kind of. Oh, nice. I did it.
I'm gonna just stare at the baby.
HR evil chat.
You know
Come
what?
on.
Right in the baby's face, and I'm just gonna walk away.
You know,
Oh my god.
Maybe
I'm gonna
maybe
sit
it's
down
the
on one
hair.
of these damn rocks and cross my arms over my chest. I'm pissed at this baby right now.
All right, yep. So you've got the baby, and it's just kind of sitting there. It's like just looking up at the physics gnomish big eyes, and it is kind of like grabbed hold of one of his fingers and is like latched on really, really tight. It's got quite a grip, this baby. Not to the point that it actually hurts, but
most babies do, yeah.
yeah.
Nature.
You'd be amazed.
Bugs, fish, heights. You know, I fucking hate babies.
All right, so yeah, you have a silent baby right now.
Oh, that's something I was gonna see about.
Should have let Josh lasso the little asshole.
I wanted to.
So
Maybe I should hold Jash too.
what are we gonna do, Physic? Guys.
I don't know. There's no magical properties to this area. This child just appeared. The nature boy Woo.
The nature boy Woo. There, you've already got a name for it.
Well, we're not gonna call him Nature Boy.
Maybe it's past.
Nature
The greatest
boy.
thing he'll ever learn is how to love and be loved in return. I'm telling bad jokes.
Call the
to see if
baby
Gord will
Ric
turn the
Flair and
crying
be
back.
done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so either he was left here intentionally, and then the person who left him is going to come back, or he was left here to be abandoned to die, maybe in like a sacrificial manner to Obadai or whatever your god is,
This.
or it's as Rush thinks, and I continue to sort of suspect.
What the fuck,
it's
Physic?
a-
Your god accepts sacrifices of babies? That's fucked up, dude.
That's not that's not a thing. No, that's not a thing.
I'm not a religious man myself, so I'm just
I know. And there's
just-
some angst coming that way.
trying to think.
We'll talk about it later.
Or it is a trap, and the second you try to leave the stone, something weird will happen.
And it's-
But we have a mission, and now we apparently have a baby.
hearing what
No, Physic has a baby.
hearing what Marigold said earlier about the teeth, I'm just gonna lift the lip and look and see. Are there fangs in there? This thing-
No, it doesn't have
kinda
any
shifter.
teeth at all.
No teeth. No teeth
No
at all.
teeth.
Okay, so we're safe for now until it gets older,
So are we gonna take it?
and
with
then
us?
it rebels, and then. The trouble is, we have enough trouble surviving on our own. I don't know. After holding the damn thing, I don't know if I feel comfortable leaving it.
It's alright, Physic. It likes only you, and you're the first one to run away, so it's fine. The baby will be okay.
Perhaps we should wait around for just maybe a night and see if the parents come. And if not, I guess we'll head east and run into somebody.
Rush, don't make me regret going back.
Dude, I'm regretting you coming back. A baby?
Josh takes out his popcorn.
I'm gonna walk over and grab a handful of it.
I did not sign up for this.
What
Does
do you want to do?
does
You want
anyone-
to just leave it here? Is that what you're suggesting? You want to just leave the baby here? Just walk away? Rush?
Dude, I don't think it matters what I want.
I think the question here is, Marigold, could we even possibly and still keep you with us?
I think the answer is very obvious for me.
God, now we're gonna kidnap a baby.
From a tree?
Oh, baby now.
Well, something was taking care of it.
Where?
I don't see any tracks
And
anywhere.
it doesn't look like they were doing quite a good job, so maybe we're an upgrade.
Look, I can walk without leaving tracks.
We can't take care of ourselves. Now we're
is
taking
it-
care of a baby.
This is a apparently druidic circle of stones around a druidically grown tree. Perhaps it's a druidically brought about baby, I don't know.
What
See,
spell
what
is
happens
that?
is when a mummy
Genetically
druid
brought
and a
about
daddy
baby?
druid
What does that even
love each other
mean?
very much,
Druidically.
they get certain
Oh,
herbs.
And druidically.
I heard
What
genetically.
spell would that be?
That could have
Is
been
that
a
where
long
druids
form
come
ritual.
from? Were you born from a tree?
Look,
I don't want to talk about it.
what are we gonna name the baby?
That's what's really
Ric Flair,
important now.
obviously.
I think the
I
name, the
would
baby
like to
gets
call
whatever
him
the skull's
Ned.
called.
Okay, Ned. Were you taking Ned, or are we not taking Ned?
Well, not if we named him, we can't. Why did you guys go ahead and name it?
now you've gotten attached to it. You've given it a name.
Sorry, but
Now you've got to keep it.
Look, I don't think there was a chance we were gonna leave it anyway with Tritherion's woman over here.
I have a better question. If you're not going to leave it here, you're not taking it with us.
I think we might have to.
Still, unless the parents show up. And
Do you know how dangerous that is?
Do you know how dangerous it is to leave the baby?
I'm not saying. Okay, look, it's obvious we're not fucking leaving it here, even if I wanted to.
Mhm.
But we can't take it with us.
I'm just gonna lean on this rock here.
What,
still holding the child.
What is the other option that you had in mind then?
Take it back.
To where?
Where the fuck did we come from? Take it back to the city.
So you want to go all the way back to Azimire and then back down here to go get the? She'll be long since dead. How far
So
out
you
are
would
we
rather
from the
Take a
mountains?
baby on a dangerous journey with you?
Well, you guys, since you got to the bottom of the mountains, it's been it's been well over a week of travel. So you'd have a week back to the mountains, another week up the mountains. You're talking a month to get back to here if you go back.
And the
And you've already
nobles-
burnt a ton of time doing that the first time round.
And the nobles have no respect for human life, as it were. So if they found out we came back for saving a child that we miraculously uncovered from down there, they'd start asking us what we're even doing down here.
We didn't find Cecilia, but we did find this baby. Have a different kid.
Just name her Cecilia. Yeah.
Him.
A little too young to get
Yes.
married, but
We can't really assume, but yeah.
Well, this baby obviously has parents of some kind, so we could just search the vicinity for a while.
Rush, really quick, what color are your eyes?
They're amber.
What color are the baby's eyes?
Green. Bright green.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah, this
doesn't
is
like
definitely
me.
a
It
human
would have to
baby.
be
It
yours.
doesn't have gnomish features at all.
Okay.
Or orcish. Or
Alright.
pointy ears or anything. It looks like a little human babe.
It's
I
only
think-
Get
for
it
a
over
baby
with,
this
step
early in its
outside of
life
the
to develop
circle.
green eyes.
yes, first we need to see if it's even able to leave this ring.
And then we'll have to see about fashioning me a papoose. He seems to like me.
I can't believe
Oh, it's
you're
one.
okay with taking a baby on a dangerous journey.
You know, the last time I considered a papoose, it was for me to be in, so I'm gonna kind of back out with the baby so I can see if anything changes as I cross a threshold here between the rocks.
No, yeah, you can take the baby away from the tree and out of the ring, no problem.
You know, of all the things I've ever been paranoid about, I'm glad that this one didn't kill us.
Yet.
Well,
Yeah, as long as we can keep them pacified this way, I guess.
yeah, get a pacifier. Let's go.
Just
What are you
put
gonna feed it?
thumb in mouth of baby walking.
Physic will
We
do
should
some
wait
natural
around for
thing.
one night and see if the parents come back.
You want to waste another day waiting?
If they spent their time making no tracks, I don't know.
No tracks, are you certain?
Well, if this was a Druish baby,
Jewish. Funny, he didn't look Jewish.
then who's to say that its parents aren't?
Look, why don't we intentionally leave tracks? Because that's more dangerous than. That's not a good idea either. I
There's
think
nothing about this that's a good idea. There is no decision that we could make right now that's good.
I agree. But there's one that we could make that's at least moral.
Taking
Moral
someone's
decision
baby
is
is
always-
moral.
As far as I know, the parents have left this child.
Do you feel comfortable? Okay, I'll put it this way. Rush, if we lay you down here on the ground and took away your ability to get back up.
Why does
and
everybody
left you
assume that I'm okay with just leaving the baby here? I
here,
never
because you
said
seem to be
that.
advocating it. You're saying we're stealing a baby, and no, we're keeping a baby safe as we can keep it.
The baby was perfectly safe before we got here.
Would you feel safe if we were to immobilize you, put you down here on the ground where the baby was, and leave you here for an
You
extended
didn't
period of time?
immobilize the baby and leave it here.
The baby is immobile by its own nature. You're changing the subject completely. If you were to not be able to move and you were to be lying there in the dirt overnight for however long, do you think you'd
Obviously,
be safe
2 to
there?
3 months since I was born.
it's quite obvious that this baby was
That's
left
beside
here
the point.
recently.
I didn't say we should leave the baby here. I said there's no decision that's right. Leaving
Alright.
the baby here is wrong. Taking the baby is wrong.
So then let's just take the baby. We'll be wrong either way to you, so we'll just take it and we'll see what happens, yes?
Lead on.
Everyone? Yes? Good? Great.
I don't see a way where we're not killing this baby.
You have two persons of God to heal this baby. It's going to be just fine.
To heal the baby from all of its afflictions.
Nightly healing. Oh, Triferion, bless thee. Cure minor wounds.
Alrighty. Okay, so... Yeah, so what's the game plan?
We're taking a baby with us and putting
Yep.
it in more danger, possibly.
Are you
than
waiting a night, as per Marigold's
Yes.
suggestion?
Yes.
Or are you
No,
just getting
we should
out of
just go.
Dodge?
I don't feel comfortable sitting out in an open clearing.
Should we go a
the
little
baby
distance?
was okay here.
The baby isn't actively conscious on those factors. Yeah,
Well,
we
what
should.
What time of day is it, Gore, when we found the baby?
About mid-afternoon.
So if we wait a little bit, we're waiting through the night.
If we continue a little bit, not only will I feel a little safer,
And if anything, they'll be able to track us, I imagine. Because I'm far from subtle.
Yeah, well, you guys probably... Yeah. Some
So
of
let's
you are
just-
fairly large and heavy, and it's soft ground, so it's very hard to...
So let's just go, and then we'll make camp at night and try to all stay alive.
nothing really changed. We just have more babies.
Don't you know when a baby falls out of a
if the
tree?
parents
You...
come, if the parents come looking for the baby and they come to us, let's remember to reason with them instead of just pull out our axes and knives, please.
Does
I would-
They
anybody,
might
have,
be very angry. is what
does
I'm
anybody
saying.
have some sort of a note or something we could write and leave it?
Oh, a note!
Yes.
We took your baby. Follow us.
Yes.
Party heading east. We notice a small stranded little. I mean,
The
look
baby
at
is
it.
safe. We were worried about
It's
it.
adorable.
Worried about it sitting here.
Look, if you
Share
jiggle
the
his
chair,
little,
bud.
if you jiggle
Much
his little
love,
legs, it looks like he's dancing.
Look, don't abuse the baby, Physic. Just
I'm just saying, if a main concern is parents coming back and not finding the baby, if we leave a note saying, voicing our concern, I think that's the best course of action.
okay. We took your baby. We mean it no harm.
No,
we were
we do
worried
not
for its
say-
Yes.
safety. We're heading east.
Blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes,
More
all that good
dangerous
stuff.
territory, into the wilderness where we know things are going to try to kill us.
Things are going to kill us wherever we go. So leave the note, Marigold.
Alright. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Ned, we were very concerned about this little baby boy here beneath the tree without anyone around. So we have taken it into safekeeping. If you shall like your baby back, just follow
Sounds like a random
northeast
note now.
and we shall
I
happily give
want
it back.
my baby back, baby back, baby back. Ribs.
Give me back my son!
And
As we
please,
find out, it's a child
don't
of
leave your
cannibals.
baby next time. XOXO. Marigold Smith.
Be more careful with your baby next time.
Scolding them.
Poor old Yoda. No, Rush doesn't want to leave the baby, but nobody seems to understand that taking the baby is putting the baby in danger as well. Like,
Oh, we
a lot of
understand.
danger, because we can't defend ourselves.
We've been doing pretty good.
Now that we're hitting,
We just lost 3 characters in the beginning, but we've learned a few things. I think we'll be fine.
Now, hey, look at it as a DM gift.
Yeah,
There are
so-
now 6 things that monsters might hit, so
Wait
the
a
odds are
second, wait a
higher that
second.
you'll survive.
You mentioned this before. No, this wasn't an item. I read it online. There's an item that it's a baby that you take with you that draws creatures to you when it cries. This is a fucking item. I read about it online.
Okay,
Online thing.
so
we
you...
leave the note and we go.
All right, okay. You head off direction?
East.
Eastwards. All righty. So off you trot, leaving...
God, that was a debacle.
leaving the tree behind, taking the baby with you. All right. Yeah. So you managed to travel on with baby on board. Get Fistic a bumper sticker.
Yellow bumper sticker.
I might need a
Slapped on the back
new
of his
character
head.
art for.
So, basically,
for Mad
Fistic, how are you handling the baby?
Football.
I had that animal skin from earlier.
Uh-huh.
That's the dire boar that was shrunken down to approximately large dog size.
Mhm.
I'd like to fashion that into a bit of a papoose.
Okay. So you're going to put
It's-
the baby... What about your massive backpack, though? Or you can have it on the front and your backpack on the back?
Yeah, that's it.
All right,
yeah,
so
front
Fistic's
swaddle.
basically walking around with a front swaddled baby just bouncing up and down.
It counterbalances.
And then he's got the backpack on the back, so you look kind of almost
I love
ball-shaped
that
now.
image.
I imagine I've
Alrighty.
got my arms kind of around the baby to keep it from rocking and hitting stuff, but
Alrighty. Okay. So you continue to leave. For the time being, the baby seems completely content. It just seems to sit there, it's facing you, so all it seems to do is just periodically doze in and out of its slumber, and when it does awake, it kind of just looks up and is like,
every
And
once
that's
in a while
about
I
it.
just make a goofy face at him.
alright. Okay. You manage to travel for probably another 2 to 3 hours, and then the baby starts to get a little fidgety, starts to fuss a little bit.
Uh-oh. He's not liking something.
Did it go boom boom?
What do I roll to check for boom boom?
You don't roll,
Check.
you either pull and sniff, or you put your fingers in and check.
I've got heightened sensitivity of the nose because I'm a gnome.
Let's
really
just put
have
it
to
this
pull and
way:
sniff.
there is definitely a new smell that you have discovered that you haven't smelt before, and it's not a nice smell either.
I think I found where the trees come from. No. So yeah, we're gonna have to take a pause here, guys.
Who's that?
Do what you gotta do, man.
All right.
Jeez,
Marigold, yeah, could you come help me with this? This is kind of a first
Yeah,
for me.
okay, sure. I'm gonna waddle over there and so what do? Do I have to fashion a new thing of leaves?
Did you have any siblings?
Me?
No, Marigold.
No,
No, okay.
sorry.
Then you probably may not
Probably have
necessarily.
no idea what to do here. So, I'm just gonna
You're
start
winging it.
fidgeting. Alright, I'll go get a leaf to clean it, and
I still have create water. I can make a little torrent to just
Perfect.
I was
push it
about
out.
to say, great water. Just dump 10 gallons of water on the. Hold the baby up. Drop 10 gallons of water on it. It's clean. Move on.
alright, so we'll do what we do.
Clean
You know.
the baby up.
Really a subpar job and get done with it.
Okay, so you're going to kind of pull. So you take the. So when you kind of look at it, there's no way to remove it. It doesn't have fasteners. You just have to kind of pull
Yeah.
the moss underwear down.
To go through this whole thing.
Kind of turn it upside down, shake it till the lumps fall out.
Sure.
Give it a scrape, and you want to just. What are you going to do? Put it back on?
I mean, I'll probably take a little bit of water from my thing and clean it a little better because I imagine sitting in poop kind of sucks.
All right. So you're going to kind of.
So yeah, I'll clean it as best I can with the things in my disposal. But then yeah,
Okay.
returning the diaper to the baby
All right. Okay.
as to protect my fine dire boar skin.
Right. You can continue for a little bit while, and once again the baby begins to get more fussy after only probably about 10 minutes.
Is this another similar bad smell from the same
No, it's
direction?
not
or no?
smelling, but it seems to.
It's hungry.
That's it. Yeah, let's feed it gobbledygook.
Yeah, gobbledygook.
Yeah. What? Okay. So if you want to feed it, what do you want to feed the baby?
Tadpole.
It has no teeth. You need those. No. I'm looking at the party. Rush. No. No. Shoot. Marigold. You
What do
haven't had a
any
chance.
of you have that you might think you can feed a 3-4-month-old baby.
Is there a leaf that produces some kind of milk?
I could grow some good
You should know
berries.
better than anybody where milk comes from, Marigold. Milk that a baby drinks, anyway.
Well, yeah, I can't just do that.
No, none of us can.
I could sprout some good berries and work that down and be like a magical baby formula.
Yeah, mash them up and put them in some
Yeah,
water.
I remember them
Yeah,
teaching
yeah.
us that in alchemy. How to make baby formula.
I mean, it has a healing quality to it, so if it does any harm to the baby because it might be too acidic or something, it would also heal the baby magically. That's my thinking on this. Also, it probably
Okay,
tastes
do it,
better.
do
The
it.
nutrients that it needs. That it
It's
was getting from
freaking magic.
somewhere.
It's freaking magical food!
It's a baby!
And freaking magic! I'm gonna go ahead and just cast a good berry now.
Alright, so
Okay.
you want to try to feed it a good berry?
Well, not a good berry. I'm gonna take that and then I'm gonna use like my alchemy kit to basically mash it up and mix it with some water, make like a formula out of it, and then
So
you
like
know,
mashed fruit juice.
yeah. And the difficulty now is I don't have a bottle or anything for it to suckle it out of. Shoot. I mean, I
Okay.
have bottles. I just don't
Can I
have the.
try to build one?
In theory, I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. If you want to bastardize a water skin, you could quite easily make a bottle. I'm sure you've got like a little funnel or something inside your toolkit that you could stuff into the end of a water skin and make a small, little dropper. I don't think that would be something that would be difficult for Rush to do at all.
Alright, that's what I'm doing.
All right, who wants to sacrifice a water skin?
I'll give mine up.
All right, so you're gonna basically you get yours, you get your little nozzle, you attach it to the end. It's simple enough that you're skilled enough that I wouldn't even make you roll to achieve such a thing. You can roll if you want, but
Alright, I'm not gonna bother rolling.
Healthiest baby.
all right,
So I'm gonna shove it into Physics' hand and
all right, there you go.
Thank
you
you
now
so
have
much.
a makeshift baby bottle.
Full of good berry formula.
All right.
The things that happen when suddenly this becomes a slice of life D&D.
Just take care of
So yeah,
Yeah,
all right. Well, the baby seems to latch on to it with both hands and greedily starts sucking down the good berry juice.
Okay, but not too fast.
Gonna have to burp it.
Ah, shit.
Alright, we'll
Good
keep
berry
walking.
juice all over me.
As you're feeding him, we'll walk.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, the natural kind of bouncing up and down does help with the digestion, so you can pat it on the back a little bit if you want to have it burp up and have it throw up nasty kind of goodberry colored spittle all over Physics' chest periodically. But
Holy shit, we found a use for the good berry spell.
it's baby food. Hey, it heals a hit point as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking on. Is like, if it does any harm, it also does good. It's
Right.
in the name.
Okay. And you continue on. It's starting to get late. The glimmers of light from above are pretty much all but diminished. And at this point, you start to realize, yep, it's definitely getting dark out there. This is where usually the less pleasant things come out. At this point in time, the baby seems quite content to be sleeping quietly as it's being rocked as it bounces along.
Thank
Do you
goodness.
guys want to camp, or do you want to
Definitely camp.
keep... Okay.
Get ourselves on a more regular schedule?
All right, so you start
That's
preparing
weird,
yourself
baby.
ready to camp. Go ahead and give me, as you're preparing your camp, everybody go ahead and give me a spot check.
Oh god.
Love it.
Oh, Dallas!
Hey, yes.
You get 20?
Natural 20!
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Well done.
Nice.
seconds, but the baby has grown, and we're in an episode of Supernatural. No.
Don't forget the baby, Sam. Okay.
Dean, the baby's gone.
All right. You're all pretty much preparing, to get your camp ready. Daleth, as you're used to being a skirmishing troop from the military, you are always, you always check your perimeter and stuff like that before you camp. It's just something you naturally do. However, you would have missed it if it wasn't for the enhanced vision that you have from your eyes of the eagle. Somehow, tracking through the trees, at least probably 200 to 300 yards, you catch the glimmer of what appears to be water.
Wait.
But not water like the river. It looks like that there is some kind of small pool. What you notice is it's actually the moonlight shining down on the water and reflecting back off the water itself. That's what caught your eye.
Oh, so I just see a location, not the parents coming to kill us. Okay.
No, nothing's coming to kill you. You just see, but you see the glimmer of the moonlight, which tells you two things. One, there's water there, but two, obviously, the moon is able to shine down at that point, so there must be a large clearing there as well.
So as we start setting up the camp, I'm going to say, whoa. There is possibly a more safe place to set up camp just over yonder.
How do you know that it's safe?
Because there's water there.
Yeah, because the last time we ran into water, it was incredibly safe.
It was not a river. It's just regular water, and maybe the sound of the pond or whatever it is can soothe the little one. Ned.
Okay, that name is unofficial. We don't know the child's real name.
Yeah, I say we go over there.
I'm gonna turn and look at everybody else because at this point I've decided that my opinion doesn't matter. Are we going over there or staying here?
I think your opinion matters. It's just that you're being outvoted.
True.
Every fucking time.
I suppose I could fill up my water skin.
You could get a bit of a reload that way, yeah.
But are we gonna camp there or just go over there to refill your water
So I'm just
skin?
gonna sort of, yeah. So you guys were about to camp, and he's kind of
Safe
peering
enough.
through the trees, looking in that direction.
It's a good question.
I mean, we'll determine once we get there. Maybe we'll find like a nook or cranny or something.
All right, so you all want to travel? You all want to kind of work your way over there, or
Yeah, it's just 3 football fields that way. Don't worry, guys.
3 fantasy football fields.
All right, okay. Let's have you guys move over to there then.
I'm heading up the rear at any opportunity I can with this kid.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on the map first, where I need you, and then I'll let chat, or you'll be able to see more where you are. All right. Okay, as you break forward, you notice that there is what appears to be a small and strange clearing. There is like a pool of water, a small pool, which seems to have like a natural spring bubbling up out of the ground. There are some glowing mushrooms on a raised bank. So if you can kind of visualize a pool with a small kind of rocky raise at the back, and the spring is coming out of the rock and flowing down into the pool, probably no more than about 6 to 7 feet. Can you guys see it?
I see
No.
black.
No, it's black.
You might have Fug of War or something.
Oh, I probably do have that. Let me go ahead and fix
Because
that.
you want to scare us. Is that it?
No, here. Let's go ahead and make it to where you can see it. There you go.
Oh, it's beautiful.
All right. However,
Uh,
what you also notice is in the pool itself appears to be, no other way to say it, a butt-naked woman covered in tattoos. She has kind of like auburn browned hair, and she's in the process of like pulling at her hair and wringing the water out of it. And it's about this time that you either feel somewhat excited, somewhat awkward, or like a pervert, because you're basically spying on a woman bathing naked.
Rush, what do you feel?
I feel like it's not safe over here.
But it's a buxom naked lady.
Yeah, and we have a baby with us.
Those are chick magnets.
Yeah, Rush, you're missing an opportunity. You could score big with this.
Well, I happen to have something in the party that I'm a little bit more concerned with.
Well, I mean, maybe he's the parents. Physics.
I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. I'm getting a little defensive over this thing.
Have they noticed us, Score?
She clearly hasn't noticed you, no. And you guys kind of, you moved up from a distance, and she seems to be very preoccupied with bathing herself right
Does she
now.
look human from here?
Let's see. 60 feet in the dark, difficult to tell in just moonlight. She's more of a... you can see basically that there's, markings and stuff on her body, but you can't really see what they are. Can't really tell. She's humanoid for certain.
Okay. What if she's traveled and has seen Cece? What if she has information?
Maybe she's a babysitter.
That's a really
I
good
think we should
joke.
leave
Unless you guys want to invite her to join the party.
Well, we don't want to scare her off, but we also don't want to reveal all that we are, right? So, Physic Rush, maybe you can approach passively, and Jash...
Why?
You want me to approach?
I would say
Not you, Jash.
would probably be the best
Me.
choice for this.
Well, she might react adversely if she sees Jash, no offense, but you are, intimidating.
Why?
Yeah, I am.
And Marigold, I don't actually know what to say about you, Marigold, but
Oh.
you're
Shots
taller
fired.
than me,
Damn.
so a little
But I
insecure
don't
about you.
look that intimidating.
You have a sword.
Good. Sheath my sword. We have to know if she knows anything about the dirigible and the ship crashing and where it's at, and if Cece's around here.
And Ned.
And
Ned.
And
And Ned the baby.
I'll go up to her
Don't
and I'll
forget
say,
Ned.
"Excuse me, is Ned your baby?
Could you drop this?
Do you have my back if she attacks me?"
I will go in that tree over here in the left, and maybe give me time to climb it if I can.
Whispering soft enough. All right.
Sorry. Yes, you're right. Shh. So I'm going to quietly as I can, approach this tree to climb it.
All right, okay. Meanwhile, she's just kind of like pushes herself off and coasts through the water just a little bit and seems to just be bathing gently and enjoying a moonlit bathe. All right, so give me a... Yeah, move silently, buddy, if you're going to go over there and climb that tree. 'Cause you're getting within, from where she was there, 40, 50 feet. All right, you're not the stealthiest person in the world, but it's fairly soft ground, so you do quietly make it to the base of the tree.
Are there branches there that I could climb relatively easily, or?
Yeah, you could. It wouldn't be too hard to climb up there.
So I'm going to try to climb up there.
I'm gonna try and find a good
Oh,
place
1
to
second,
hide.
spook. Let me see. Yeah, go on, carry on.
So I'm going to try to climb the tree.
Okay, give me a climb check.
Oh, Lord.
Not to see really whether you can climb the tree,
Right.
more as to how quiet you are climbing the tree. Alright. Yeah.
I sort of do it.
Right. Okay, 1 second.
It's that damn breastplate armor. It hinders me.
Okay, the answer to that spook is this. There you go.
Okay, thanks.
All right. I wasn't actually 100% sure. I've never thought about that, so I had to check. All right. Okay, so you see Daleth clambering up the tree. He's getting up there, but it looks a little bit awkward. As he puts his foot down on one branch to kind of push himself up, you hear the branch go and snap. All of you suddenly see the woman in the pool go like spin around and look in that direction, and then suddenly she breaks into like a crawl type swim.
Ooh.
And is swimming as fast as she can to the bank over here.
Did she look human when she turned around?
You haven't gotten any closer, so you still can't really tell.
Okay.
She's a humanoid woman. That's about all
you're
you
just
can
going to
tell.
see me up in the tree kind of shrugging.
All right.
Fine.
She clambers up out of the water onto the largest of the rocks. She kind of like spins around momentarily, kind of with her hands placed strategically to cover any, parts of her anatomy that she would rather you didn't see. You see her kind of like duck a little bit as she kind of squints into the darkness. And then you see her put one hand on the rock and throw her body very nimbly and athletically over the other side of the rock as she vanishes from sight. Right. From your vantage point, Daleth, you can see she is scrambling to get dressed. But you can see it because you're high enough up in the tree.
So I'm pantomiming.
Okay. Alright. Let's go.
Strange thing it is how much more comfortable I feel when someone's acting in some way civilized. Or embarrassed, even. Just feels a little more human.
Speaking of being civilized,
Excuse me.
why are we sneaking up on her? Shouldn't we be talking to her so she knows we're not a threat?
Trying to
I
rush.
don't know why you haven't yet.
Excuse me. I'm gonna say it in like a little squeaky
All right.
girl voice that I have.
Okay, Daleth, you can see she's kind of like putting a belt on and tightening it up.
Didn't mean to startle you. I just didn't expect you.
All right, she's picked up, attached to the belt does appear to be kind of like some kind of curved blade. She's
I'm gonna
also
put my hand on my
grabbing-
weapon, my actual weapon.
Okay, she grabs you also see her kind of like grab a bow and a quiver of arrows. As she throws the quiver of arrows kind of up over her shoulder, she kind of grabs the end of one of the arrows. As the quiver kind of like falls up, the arrow is left in her hand, and then she very quickly knocks the arrow. Now she's in kind of like a crouched predatory position behind the rock with an arrow knocked.
Guys!
I'm gonna get behind a rock when she does
Whoa.
that.
Do anyone else see that happening?
Nobody can see
no.
anything except you.
Hearing Bo, I'm gonna take cover behind the tree here.
Yeah, I'll get behind a rock.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna stand out in the open.
Okay.
Rush, get back!
All right.
Why?
All of a sudden, she like jumps up from behind the rock, landing on the top of it. This is what she looks like. So basically, she's got like patched leather armor on, like a leather shoulder piece. She has some kind of circlet with like a turquoise gem in the dead center. Her hair is all kind of slicked back and wet. She's got as I said, a small curved blade, like a long knife, on her side. And she has a bow and arrow currently knocked. So she kind of pops up and points the arrow across at you. What languages does everybody speak?
Common and celestial.
All right.
Common and
No, just
gnomish.
common.
Common, Orc, and Dwarven for me.
Okay.
common, gnome, draconic, orc,
Dwarvish.
and druid.
And
Common, gnome, dwarven, and orc.
okay, so she yells something at you in a very flowery and elegant tongue that none of you understand a word of.
I cast comprehend language.
Okay. Does that have any somatic components to it?
Oh.
Find out.
Verbal, somatic, and material. Yeah. All right. Okay, no sooner than you begin to raise your left hand to cast, the arrow flies clear from her bow. It literally hits you in the tip of the left ear, like where you would have an earring,
Oh my god.
and then goes, pshoo, and then you see it kind of like disappear behind you,
Ow!
and embed in the bottom of the tree that Physic is is hiding behind. So it's like literally he just goes, phew, and phew. Do you want to continue to cast, or are you going to take that as due warning?
Well, I mean, I'm already in the middle of casting it. I'd love to be able
Okay.
to talk to her. So yeah, I'm just gonna duck more behind a rock to finish casting.
I can't do that. You've got to, if you're casting, you're casting. You can't like break casting by. You can't like half cast, run over here, and finish casting.
I thought I was already behind a rock anyway.
I don't
I'm
see
gonna
any
finish
rocks
casting. Oh, I just assumed there was a rock there.
there. No.
Finish
yeah, the only
casting.
big rocks are on the side. Okay, so you're going to finish casting. All right. In that case, she lets her second arrow fly.
Does she have a double string bow?
Nope, but she can fire
No.
2 attacks in a round. Alright, this one hits Marigold square solidly in the chest.
I'm gonna throw my hands up in the air and shout, "Common, common, you speak common."
Alright, you take 14
ouch.
points of damage from the arrow. And but you do get your spell off.
Okay.
Alright, already she is going through the motions of preparing to reload that bow. At this point, it's probably appropriate, whether we actually end up in a full-on fight or not, that you get initiatives to see what happens from here. Actually, before you roll, don't roll yet. Let me go ahead and pop this up. Alright, go ahead. Let's see, okay.
Gosh damn it.
Jash on 11. Rush on a 6. Marigold on a 5. Satch is on a 14, so, sorry, Physic. And what about Daleth?
17. I rolled straight.
Oh, you rolled it at the top, okay. Alright, I'll do a GM roll for her. Alright, she is going right there. Don't know why it rolled that twice, but that was interesting. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, so you witnessed that. Daleth, technically, if you want to physically act or do anything, you can now.
No, I'm holding my action even though she showed aggression.
Okay. What about...
I'm not going to make it worse.
What about Satch? What does Physic want to do?
I'm continuing to look at the baby and sit behind a tree like, oh,
Oh yeah, we have
Protect
to
the baby, protect the baby. Yeah, that's going to be a thing you guys are going to come to terms with for the time being. What about the baby? All right, Jash.
Is there anywhere for me to move over in this area that I could sneak and just start kind of get closer to
I mean,
it?
there's a
can't really
big tree
see-
here. I mean, you can sneak around the side. There's nothing really to... You could crouch behind this rock here.
Yeah,
If she doesn't see you do it.
That's what I would want to do.
All right, yeah.
Try
In
to
that
do.
case, then you would need to make both move silently and a hide skill. You'll need both.
So both, okay.
Yep.
Okay. We'll do
So
move
tell me which one you're
silently
doing first.
I'll do move silently first, because that makes sense, because I won't get to the rock first.
Okay. Yeah.
I select myself here.
All right. Clearly, she doesn't hear you as she's fixated on those that she can see in front. But you can see that she is
Okay, so I
checking
did
her
hear.
peripherals, so she doesn't appear. Now you've got to. So she didn't hear you, but now I need to see if she saw you sneaking over there through her peripheral vision.
And that was a hide.
Yes,
Okay.
and that will be against her spot.
Okay.
So you will need a. No. Okay.
Yep.
As quietly as you was, she didn't hear you, but as you break from between the tree to the rock, you suddenly see her eyes
I'm
zoom
never
at
gonna
you
beat
as she,
that.
as she kind of like squints her eyes and looks at you in that direction. With that, she is going to let an arrow loose in your direction.
Okay.
There's a shield behind a rock.
And a second.
Ah!
Oh.
And that may or may not be a crit. And it's a crit with a longbow.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
So, that's times 3 on the damage, not times 2. And then, almost without a second thought, she lets another arrow loose at Marigold. And I'll roll all the damages afterwards.
Okay.
Alright, that, I think, just missed, didn't it? Marigold?
Right, it missed.
Yeah. Alright, so the arrow that she hits with... Let's see, hang on. Alright, so the first arrow hits you, it does for 8. The following one...
Oh, the first arrow missed, didn't it? You only rolled a 17?
Oh, did 17 miss?
17 miss, I have 19. So she only hit once.
Well, no, there was a... Let's see...
You rolled a 17 and a 20, yeah?
That's right, yeah, no, you're good, you're good. Okay, so it's just that one arrow that hits
Just
you
the
for
one.
25 then.
Okay.
Alright, as she lets the arrow loose, Marigold hears her yell in whatever tongue she speaks. If you want to die, keep moving. And then she just like shoots the arrow. I mean, literally, the arrow comes flying through the air. As you see it kind of literally, your eyes flash before you, or your life flashes before you, because you literally see the arrow coming right at your face. You just know, I'm dead. And at the last moment, kind of like your foot gets caught in like a twisted root from the tree. You duck just slightly as you stumble forward, and the arrow just cuts a groove across the top of your skull. Instinctively, your hand goes to it and looks, and you're dripping with blood, but that arrow should have gone straight through your left eye and left you dead where you stood.
Right.
Alright, and yes, and the third arrow basically fires and it lands like right between Marigold's legs. Alright, so after seeing that, you heard her scream that. Rush has got an action. He's up.
Okay, so can I actually see her with my low light vision?
Absolutely. Well, she's standing on the top of a rock and there's a clearing here, moonlight shining, so you can all see her.
Alright, her language, did it sound familiar to me at all? Even if I don't speak it, is it possible I've heard it spoken?
Give me do you have knowledge local skill by chance?
I do not, but that's why I'm asking if I can see her. Can I see her ears?
From here, let's see. Now she's standing up with her, and you have low light vision, so you actually see pretty clearly. How far away is she? Okay, yes, she does have pointed ears. Now her hair is tied back in a ponytail. You can see quite clearly with your low light vision that she does have pointed ears.
All right. So does her language sound anything like what I would have heard Charybdis speak?
Not really.
Damn it. Well, I'm seeing her ears. I'm probably gonna say, "Friend, do you speak common?" And then I'm gonna say what I think is the Elvish word for friend.
Okay. Alrighty. She hears you yelp or say whatever it is that you're saying. Already she is... Now Jash is starting to move up. She looks... Again, she's readying another arrow, but it looks like she's about to consider getting down off that rock as well. She doesn't respond with anything verbal at that point.
Gosh damn it. I'm gonna actually let Jerusha run down my body and I'm telling Jerusha to scout around the side.
Which way do you want him to go?
I want her to go around Marigold's way because I
Okay.
figure she'll be less likely to be seen since she's probably focused on Josh.
Alright, so Jerusha jumps down and starts scurrying around in that direction. Alright, Marigold.
Alright, is this something I can hide behind?
If you crouch, if you get behind, it's like a large crop of small, like tall plants. They're probably about 1.5 to 2 foot. So if you was to get right behind them and
just go sit there.
get right down, yes.
I'll just go over there and
But
sit.
you don't, you'd have to really sink down low. Okay.
And I'll say, "Guys, please don't move. She will kill you all." That's what she said.
So you
Oh,
understand?
I'm gonna heal myself.
Well, say something back to her.
I can't speak it, just understand.
What? How does that work?
Oh. I'm gonna
All
do a
right.
cure light on myself.
Okay. Alright, you heal yourself for 12. Dalith, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna continue holding my action unless I sense that she's trying to run away and jump off, and I can't see Jash. That's the problem. There's a huge fuck off tree in my way.
No, you can't see Jash.
So I didn't know that he took a real hit. I just know that she fired that way. So
Now, you probably heard him yelp out in pain, but that was about it.
okay, well I don't think Jash is the yelping type.
Well, maybe not a yelp then, but it would have been at least a oh.
Look, Physic, just have the baby cry or something. Poke it. Maybe she'll know that we come with baby company and not as threatening.
Baby company. I like it.
New party name, Baby's Company.
Baby and Co.
Okay, so that you're going to yell that to
Right, and hold my
Physic.
action. Yeah.
All right, speaking of Physic, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm just like, what? The order was just stay still. I can't even see what's going on.
She's
Hey, buddy, it's okay.
killing our friends.
No, he should stay back.
I say show the baby, but okay.
Don't show the baby.
You're not gonna shoot a baby.
How are you guys
Baby.
having this conversation right now? It's my turn. Hold action.
Hey, they can holler about, but yeah, what are you doing? Because at the end
I'm
of the
just
day,
gonna-
it's your choice to.
I'm just gonna hold my action for this because
So you're staying firmly placed
it
behind the tree.
seems pretty clear what.
All right, Jash. So after almost getting skewered,
Yeah, after taking that big hit and then hearing what Marigold yelled about not moving, I'm very reluctantly going to just crouch behind the rock and hold my action.
okay. So if you kind of crouch behind the rock and put your shield in front of you,
Yeah, exactly.
you've got enough wall there to protect you from an arrow for sure.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
that's what I'm going to do. Not move, or not attack, I should say.
Okay. So seeing that from your vantage point, all of you basically are going to see her try to drop down behind this rock. Does that change what you do, Dalith? I know you had a...
Is she dropping down to just drop down, or is she dropping down to run away?
Well, here's the thing. You're not going to know until she hits the ground and then either stays there or runs. So you either shoot her...
No,
if your plan
I'm-
is to shoot her, you got to decide, do I do it now or...
No.
Because if you wait, she's going to be
Because-
beyond the rock.
I'm kind of thinking she's doing what Marigold did, which is find cover. So I'm suspicious, but I can shoot her if I see her running farther away. So I'm not going to shoot her when she jumps down.
Okay, all right.
We should leave.
Okay, so at that point, she drops down behind the rock and actually crouches down, so she disappears from view for you as well at this point.
I lost sight of her, guys. She's behind that rock
Good.
somewhere.
Maybe she's leaving. Let her go.
Jash, are you okay? You can hear my...
Yeah, I'll just kind of, I don't see you, but I just kind of turn around. I'm like, I'm alright. I took a pretty bad hit, but I'm still in the fight.
No fight. Let's just go.
I think
Need help,
we,
Josh.
What?
You need help.
Yeah, a bit.
Come back.
guys, I think we're.
You just told me not to move.
I think we're not quite empathizing here with the proposed enemy. If something came out of the woods at us in a larger number than we would do the exact same thing that this individual might be doing.
Now you're thinking about that?
No, I've been thinking about that all along. That's why I'm staying still.
But
Like I
we
was
still
told
approached her.
Yeah, but we weren't aggressive back.
We snuck up on her.
Well, you
so
you
just
and
stay put, and it's the best we can do.
How's baby?
And the baby's fine. Baby's cute. Asleep.
Baby's not fussing at all.
Baby's breathing.
The baby does not seem to be at all worried. It's awake, but it's just sitting there.
Just staring.
Yeah, just it doesn't know what's going on. I mean, the baby's probably only 5 months old, so.
Well, nobody can speak Elvish.
look, we did a tactical thing. It
Wasn't Elvish, or at least not the dialect that I've heard.
Look, everyone just stay in your positions. I will notice if I see her again, and we will obviously not be aggressive, and maybe she'll learn that we are not trying to attack her.
We should just leave.
If we leave, we move. If we move, we're shot.
Also, this might be she obviously has a clan or some. She's not here alone. Probably she might be or know the mother of the kid, and I would rather unload the kid as quickly as possible.
Dude,
Take it with us.
even if we weren't in combat with her right now, did we all miss the part where we can't speak with her?
Well, that's where we mime and pantomime and.
All right, let's see. From positions, Jash and Dalith, give me a listen check and a spot check. Well, actually, no. Jash, give me a listen. Jash, give me a listen check and a spot check.
Listen and a
Dalith,
spot?
give me a spot check only.
So my listen will be first.
All right.
Okay. And then
And
my
your
spot
spots.
will be second. I'm not good with either one.
All right. Okay. So we had a. All right. Okay. She doesn't appear to have moved from behind the rock. You still can't see her. She obviously didn't run away from the rock, because if she had done, you would have definitely seen her. Because you only by being close to that rock is she hidden from view from you.
Do you speak common, fair lady of the night?
Everyone, try to speak in all the
You
languages
just called
we
her a
know.
prostitute.
And I'm going to speak in Gnomish. We are friends. We are not enemies.
I didn't know you know gnome.
Well, I got my gun from the gnomes of Azimir and Cadril, so I still
For
learned
another
to
time.
speak.
For another time.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to speak vigilantly with my gun. But I said all this in Gnomish. I'm sorry. Shuts me up. Other languages, guys. Speak Celestial is beautiful, right?
Right. Okay, at this point, Dalith, you notice, let's see, you got a your spot. Yeah. You notice like a very faint movement coming from from that bush. Like you can't. You basically just saw the bush kind of like move, like something. Because where that tree's pretty tall there.
Yeah.
So so where it is, you kind of just saw through the branches here that branch kind of like, or that bush moved just a fraction. You saw it like.
So you're gonna hear me say in common, Jash, run back now, run back now, run back now. Bush moving.
All right. And I'll attempt to try to run behind this tree here, and so I still think she's in this area. So I'd probably, try to break cover.
All right.
As much as I can.
Don't move means move.
So
Did he say
basically,
move?
yeah. So you turn tail and run. For just about half a second, Daleth, you see her like break from behind that bush and then go to like a sliding skid behind the rock that Daleth was that Jash was hiding behind, and now she's vanished again.
Okay, she's a badass.
So she just
Fall
stole
back.
first.
Everybody fall back to regular position. She's a ninja or some crazy thing.
A ninja. One of them rare elf ninjas.
Well, her being out here by herself, I figured she could probably take care of herself. I mean, she's not a baby.
The longer we don't attack her, she might get the message that we really don't mean any harm despite outnumbering her.
Baby, please.
That's worked so far.
Can you get him to say something?
Yes, poke the baby, Visick.
Don't
Is it-
use the baby!
If
Use
we
the baby.
have a baby, she will
Baby
think
You don't know that!
it's a
Have you guys
gamble.
considered dropping your
A
weapons?
gamble! You're gonna gamble with the baby that you wanted to protect.
I never said I wanted to protect. I said it was the best choice of what we had with the Tritherion lady. I never said I want to protect it.
Right there on lady.
I want to unload it as
I
soon
have a
as
name.
possible, Rush. The sooner we get rid of the baby, hopefully not by killing it, because I don't want to.
Okay.
God.
So in that weird dialect, you all hear, "Who are you and what do you want?" Or sorry, let me rephrase that. You all hear her mumble or yell something very loud. Marigold understood it to be, "Who are you and what do you want?"
We are just friends. We mean no harm. We're just passing through trying to find our friends.
What
Can
did
you
she?
understand me?
Marigold, what did she say?
She wants to know who we are and what we want.
Okay. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh my god!
You're starting to make
Screaming for this shit.
baby crying noises now.
Yes, Dallas imitates the baby.
Okay. All right.
I love
It's the most manly sounding baby you've heard in a while, but okay.
it. So bad.
Uh,
Oh no.
yeah, no, I'm going back to what what Dallas was saying earlier, and I'm basically kind of rifling through languages. I already
Okay.
did know them, so I'd start with probably Druid. That seems to fit the most.
I'm going to sit down.
Sit down on the ground. All right.
Yep.
And
All right,
basically just
So
shouting out.
What? Tell me what you're shouting out, and then tell me what you shouted out in.
Okay, so at first I'm just saying, I guess in the calmest shout I possibly can muster. When you project your voice. is
Without
what I'm getting at
sounding
here.
aggressive.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We are a rescue party sent to retrieve a friend, and we came across a child. We are in a situation of need, and are no threat to you.
What languages do you say that in?
I started with Druid, then went to Draconic, and then regretfully Orc.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. In Orcish,
Oh shit.
Oh.
she yells back. You're no orcs I've ever seen. How do you know that vile tongue? Are you orc friends?
I've studied one up close.
Says, I've studied many up close, most of them with arrows that I've been pulling from their dead corpses.
If only you were there when they were killing my friends.
So there were more of you?
Previously, yes.
How many more?
We lost 3.
Anybody else speak Orcish?
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, then if you do, you can obviously understand the conversation, so feel free if you want to butt in, chime in, whatever. If not, you're hearing a very guttural grunting go backwards and forwards. All right.
Yeah. I would chime in. We don't mean you any harm. We found a baby and we're trying to locate its family. That's all we're trying to do.
Forgive my
That's-
ignorant friend's approach.
Do you speak Orcish?
Rush? Yes, Rush speaks.
Okay,
Orcish.
all right. So he's saying that in Orcish as well. All right. She says, "You don't mean me any harm, yet you are spying on me. One of you even climbed a tree to get a better look. You disgust me."
As you know,
Yeah, I'm pretty disgusted myself. He's a dumbass. Please excuse him.
as
He
you
does
know, you know the treacheries of this area. We have been very cautious because we have a little baby. We were taking every precaution necessary.
You have a baby with you?
Yes, we have a baby,
What sort is it?
a boy.
A human boy? An Orcish child?
No,
What is
Appears
it?
to be human.
Appears to be
please,
human.
I don't know. When I find a baby in the woods, I have a lot of
Wait, you
questions.
found it?
Yes.
Where?
confused.
Where did you find a baby? How, is it dead?
No,
or does it
it's-
still yet breathe?
It's quite well alive, and it's kind of happy right now. I don't know how. If I heard Orcish at his age, I'd be freaking out. We found him at a big, beautiful red tree in a circle of
Okay,
druid
suddenly
stones.
you hear like go, "Ah, what the hell is that?" But she doesn't say that in Orcish, she says that in Elvish. Because it was more of a reflexive thing.
That's just my weasel. Don't worry. She won't hurt you.
Okay, so yeah, you're aware that basically she just like poked, not hard or aggressive, but she just poked the side of Jerusha with her boot. And she was like, you are indeed strange people, that you should armor a weasel.
Oh, no, she's mechanical. You see the key on her back?
Key?
Like
Keys
a
are for
windy key?
keepsakes and locks and doors, not for small, strange creatures made of tin.
Yeah, she's made of tin. She's like a trinket.
She says, is it valuable to you?
Yes.
Alright, so she reaches down and she will try to grab Jerusha up with one hand, unless Jerusha's going to do anything.
I'm just gonna tell Jerusha, be friendly.
Alright, okay, so she snatches it up. And she says, if it's of any value to you, know that I have it now.
What is
Won't
going
stop
on?
moving. It's squirming.
Well, don't hold her too tight. She won't like that.
Alright.
Just be careful. Don't squeeze the weasel. They don't like that.
How many of you were there before the... Did you say it was orcs? Orcs killed some of your companions?
There were 5 of us, and then 3 of us were killed. And we went back, and these other 3 are now our new companions.
Hello.
So you seem to be coming through our forest in droves. I've never seen your sort before. Neither you tiny little ones or you big bulbous hulking ones. You're not orcs, it's obvious. What
No.
are you?
We don't live down here.
We haven't for
Normally.
years. We live in the mountaintops, far, far up in the mountaintops in large cities, and we've come down here to retrieve some of our own who have fallen down below the clouds here, and frankly, it's been really hard for us because
Oh.
we have no idea what anything is down here.
Are you dwarves? Some of you seem too tall to be what I've heard rumor of dwarves, and yet the others of you seem to be entirely not fat enough.
Oh no, I'm a gnome, sweetheart.
A gnome. What is a gnome?
Well,
No
I'm a gnome.
If you all indeed mean no harm, stand over there in the clearing next to that gnome, where I can see you.
Also a gnome. I'm gonna walk up.
All right, and with that, she's kind of like scurries back over and crouches down behind this rock,
What?
to where she
Seb.
can see, and she's still clutching your weasel.
She wants to see us.
Okay.
She said, "All of you." There's
I'm
that
gonna
one
climb.
that I almost skewered hiding behind the big tree.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I'm gonna climb down the tree, rifle on my shoulder, and just
We
stand.
all speak Orcish, right?
No, not all of us.
No,
Just hear
I
it.
don't know what's going on.
Oh,
The only one who doesn't understand is Dalit because
Oh, I guess-
Marigold has a spell.
I guess we'll fill Daleth in.
Yeah.
Okay, so someone's going to take it on their.
I'll be the one translating. Since
Okay,
I
so
can
whatever.
actually speak it.
If you choose to translate anything other than what I say, just pipe up and say what you say instead.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll assume you're translating it pretty much word for word.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you all kind of emerge. She says, "Are there any more of you skulking out there? I'll see them. I'll find them. I'll know."
We aren't that
5
good at this.
Plus the weasel and the baby.
Alrighty. With that, she slowly kind of steps down around the rock to kind of get here. She's got her arrow kind of like knocked and raised and pointed. And with that, you kind of hear her just reach back and lets out a sound like she just goes, "Oh!" And it kind of echoes and echoes and echoes throughout the forest. Like it seems to get strangely and unnervingly louder and louder and louder. To the point where it was clearly enhanced by some kind of magic.
Neat.
There, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, did the baby start crying?
No, the baby is still not crying.
Jesus.
Oh, the baby's a better survivalist than we are.
Yeah,
Might
can't
take-
kill the baby.
Might be good to take some notes off of this.
Yeah, he doesn't approach creatures.
So, I'm to take it that we are about to become surrounded.
Likely.
Okay.
She's just standing there, quietly pointing at you. And you do keep seeing her kind of lift her head, cock it to the left, cock it to the right, like she's listening for something.
Should we leave?
No.
I don't think it matters if we leave at this point.
She seems friendly enough. More so than the orcs.
I'm going to kind of pipe up in Orcish. There's more of you. There's society down here.
A tribe or something,
Society.
probably.
Does she say anything back?
None at this point. She seems to be just poised and waiting.
It's possible.
It's likely. You think she
Can we
was
heal
by
Jash
herself?
while we're just sitting here?
In common,
What's
leave
that?
it to the
Can I
fucking
heal you while
elves.
we're just sitting here?
Please.
Well, maybe let her know that that's what you're gonna do.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
Marigold wants us
Speak
to
her. Can
heal.
you tell her?
Yeah. Would it be alright if my friend heals the wonderful shot you put in the middle of my chest, please?
She says, "I didn't hit you in the chest. I hit you in the head."
In the head.
Well, that's
He's obviously disoriented. He needs help.
Yes,
got-
so...
Yeah.
Yes, if you
Oh.
hadn't have stumbled,
Oh.
I'd have put you out of your misery.
He wasn't miserable until he had the arrow. Shutting up. Shutting up.
Either way, is it alright if she patches me up?
You're still alive.
Yes.
Okay.
Not,
We're gonna do it
Not quite
anyway.
comfortably. I mean,
May she please?
I think at this point it's pretty well established. If we do anything foolish, we're dead. We would not want that.
Yeah, and I would look.
Yes, but if I
at,
have to take care of this situation, I hardly seem it is sensible of me to allow you to undo what it is that I have already done. No, you
Look
can
over at
stand back.
Marigold and-
He's fine.
yeah, I would say it's all right. I'm all right.
Doesn't she know that we're not gonna hurt her at this point?
No.
Apparently not.
This
We
is
haven't
the
made
first-
one move on her.
We'll
This
get
is
this
the first
sorted out.
stand-up I've had in
You don't
about a
survive
week.
down here by trusting people.
I trust all of you. Is that
We're
a mistake?
not from down here.
Fair enough. Shut up.
Gosh, the Shamblers.
What shamblers?
All
Oh,
right.
and then I'm gonna flip through my notes and find that drawing again. And just they're large green men who look like this.
All right, and everybody, give me a spot check then.
Right.
Ooh. Ouch.
Nobody. Okay.
Good.
All right. At which point, so you eventually you hear she's kind of like, let's at a kind of a like a deep breath, and she says, "Now then, it would be best if you all put your weapons down and laid them on the ground where I can see them."
I'm gonna do what she says.
Same.
Like, with one hand, just take the one little scimitar and pull it out to the side.
Little tiny scimitar.
And then I'm just gonna be like, does my sling count? That takes me a while to get used to.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Take off my weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, I would follow suit as well.
All right. Okay. So you all lay your weapons down. As soon as you've done so, you hear like a little bit of rustling coming from the bushes that Marigold was hiding behind,
Person.
Oh,
and
more
one
company.
that's a similar-looking individual. This one's male. He is cloaked in like a grayish hood. He's got earth and leather shoulder pads on. He has a long knife and what appears to be a sword, and most of his face is kind of covered with a cowl. Just suddenly pops up from behind that bush. And then stepping out from a clearing over here, or from behind this tree and moving open into the clearing slowly, is another one dressed similar to him with another longbow poised and ready.
Evening.
Those are beautiful longbows. I do say
Right.
so.
As soon as they've appeared, she just very nonchalantly throws her bow on her back, slides down off the rock, and starts walking around the side as if she's coming round towards you. Like she suddenly feels completely at ease.
I would
However,
feel
once she
these
gets
too.
to about here, she does stop. She doesn't like walk straight up to you all blasé. Okay, you hear her say, in whatever language it is, Marigold, if they move, kill the small ones first.
Don't move a muscle.
Wasn't planning on it.
The gnomes will die first.
That's it.
We will.
What?
Right.
We're
Oh,
the
because-
biggest threat.
No, they don't know what a gnome is.
This
That's what I
one, so
said.
this one kind of, because he doesn't seem to have a bow, he comes moving over very slowly and very cautiously. With that, you see him take his long blade and slowly put it underneath Fisik's neck, and then as an afterthought, he reaches down and puts the long knife underneath the baby's neck.
I'm going to look very intensely at this man, and in Orcish, I'm just going to say,
All right,
Is
he's
this really
got
necessary?
piercing green eyes that just like peer out over the top of his cowl.
is that really necessary?
Right, this one you see kind of shuffle round and get into like a position behind this tree so that he's actually got some cover from it.
We're really moving along to save Miss Cecilia, aren't we?
Potentially, yes.
Maybe these
You
guys
can't
saw
be
the
serious.
dirigible crash.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not moving.
Once they're in position, she looks at you and she says, "So, tell me again why you're lurking around our home."
Can I turn to face you without my friend getting skewered?
Oh, absolutely. As
Gonna
long as you don't.
slowly turn to face her.
Okay, she says, as long as you don't pick up any of those weapons or that huge brutish-looking woman, is it, doesn't try to cast any more
Ouch.
spells on us.
Oh,
She said, we are very
gracious.
familiar with the ways of magic. I recognized immediately that she was beginning to cast a spell. That's why she got a warning shot. If she was sensible, she would have stopped right then and there, but she seemed persistent in casting her foul magic. That's
She was
why I
casting-
shot her.
She
To
was
clarify,
only
she
wanting
was
to understand
casting.
you and communicate with you. She wasn't casting on you. I give you my word.
She can understand Elvish right now because of her spell. She was hoping to understand you more clearly so that we could more peacefully interact. That was purely the goal.
She's a healer, not a fighter.
Yet she carries a large sword and a shield.
For
Dude.
protection.
The healers in our village don't carry such weapons.
The healers are in your village, aren't they?
Well, yes.
We don't
We're-
have a village.
We're not from here. We don't know what to expect.
She says,
We didn't
well,
want her to be defenseless.
how long have you dwelled here in the forest, in the dark wood,
About a week.
How many days has it been?
and you don't yet know what to expect?
We haven't
Indeed, you
seen.
have been incredibly lucky to have survived this long.
You're not wrong.
It's been very humiliating. And humbling, and all the other words.
And
starting with
3
H.
of your number have already been vanquished. Is this correct? They've already perished.
Yes.
Yes. To the orcs.
And yet you persist to try to survive down here. What is this?
Yes.
Some foolish bet? Some silly dare?
It's a rescue
No,
mission.
And death up there. If we were to cancel on this deal, not only
And
would
death
we be
down
killed,
here. If you stay down here much longer,
but our
I
families
feel
would
sure.
also be killed if we didn't stay down.
Your
We're basically
families
being
would be
held against our
killed.
will by our leadership, as it were. The
I'm
nobility.
gonna turn and look over my shoulder at Physic.
Okay.
You don't remember that part of the conversation? They know everything about us.
As well, this seems to be a rather familiar concept to you then, because now you're being held against your will by us.
Yeah, I'd say we're. I don't know about you guys, but I actually feel more comfortable in the hands of people I can talk to than
Orcs.
Yeah, because I mean, they can tell you how they're gonna kill you first, instead of just doing it.
Well,
At least it's predictable.
It's beyond my right and reason to decide what should become of you. It is indeed strange to find things such as your nature here in this forest. Are you some of you human?
3 of us
Raise my
are.
hand.
Humans have not stepped foot in these parts in over nigh on 1,000 years.
What about this baby? Physics, show them the baby.
Yeah, the baby also. We're confused about the baby.
The baby's from here, though.
Yeah, that's why we're confused about the baby.
So wait, you said you found the baby here in these
Yes.
woods?
Yes, at a large red tree in a druid circle.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it, but the
Is
baby
it
cried
far
until
from
I
here?
held it.
Could you take us to this tree?
Yes, if it was real.
Well, if the baby seems real enough, then hopefully the tree is real enough.
Yes, ma'am, we could take you to the tree. We'll cooperate and do whatever we have to do. We want to help. We want to help the young woman that was in the crash. That's why we're here.
Well, first we shall go and see this tree and this druidic circle that you brought up. And then I shall take you to see Eruthian. He will decide what to be done with you. As I said, it's beyond my jurisdiction to make such a decision.
Understood.
Killing you in self-defense is one thing. Murdering you here in cold blood is something else.
Thank you.
She says, fine. In that case, lead us to your tree. You can
gonna
leave your
turn to
weapons
Dallin.
there. One of my companions will take care of those.
I'm gonna turn to Daleth and say we're taking her to the baby tree.
Maybe warn them about the trigger, so they don't,
Oh, yes. The weapon this fellow here was holding is what we call a rifle. It has a sensitive switch on the bottom side. If you are to apply pressure to it, it will cause an explosion and severe damage to whatever's on the other end of the long tube-like structure.
Okay. She kind of like looks at the guy who's holding the two knives at you, and he just kind of like momentarily shrugs his shoulders, but you can't really see any
How
facial
about
expression.
You just talk them through how to disarm it.
we don't want it broken, right?
I just mean take the bullet out of it.
Also, your pistol you have, right? There's
Oh
the
yes,
smaller
this
version.
one is the same kind of thing. I'm gonna gesture to that one. Just like you gotta be
Let's just
careful.
teach them how to use them.
I don't want
So
them-
that they can kill us more efficiently with our own guns.
I mean, nothing says group bonding like getting everyone together for a shooting. Go to a shooting range.
Well, I'm glad this is out of character, but I'm glad that I actually did take the pistol off my belt and put it on the ground. Because if not, they would have been like, "Why are you still holding that?"
Right? Yeah.
Thanks,
Incidentally,
guys.
does anybody have an intent of stashing a weapon or whatever? If so, just let me know now.
Not anymore.
No, not at all.
Nope.
All right. Okay. Alrighty then. So she kind of just walks in next to you. And then, in whatever language it is, she says to this one, she says, hide their weapons, make sure they're out of sight, and then follow us at a distance. You know what to do if anything happens. Right. At that point, this one kind of like moves off like to the side as if he's going to walk in a flanking position. This one steps out and gathers all your stuff and starts to hide it in amongst all these bushes and plants here.
I'm gonna sigh.
And then she says, well, to your tree then.
Do you, I'm gonna kind of look at her and grin. Wanna tie me up?
Do I need to tie you up?
It's up to you.
No. But just be aware, I do know what magic is. I am aware of how people cast and utilize their magical skills. If either one of you makes a strange arcane gesture, it will be your last, whether it's to comprehend my speech or to avoid tripping over a vine. Whatever it is, I'll assume that it was hostile and deal with you accordingly. If you don't mean us any harm, we shouldn't have any problem. Now move.
Fair.
I'm gonna wait for Physic and Baby to walk in front of me
Yep.
before I follow.
All right. I'm just going to cover this real fast. All right, so you guys are going to go ahead and move along, and
Take them back.
awesome. Alrighty.
If it's real, he says.
Well, yeah, because it could be. I don't. There was no magic sense about it, but
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
baby appearing here and no magic about it.
I love it.
All right. Yeah. So she's quite content to let all of you kind of like walk off. So you've got your backpacks and stuff like that, but any obvious visible weapons you've left on the ground, and they're in the process of stashing them and hiding them.
Yeah.
All right. And you want to head in that direction.
Go to the tree.
Yeah, back to the
Yeah.
tree.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and get you to the tree.
It's now a dead tree.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that would really suck.
We took the baby of life.
The baby of life.
Okay, and I'm not going to line you up properly, but I'm going to just put you on the map so that you can line yourselves up properly. All right. Okay.
Of course. Shit.
All right. Yeah. Unfortunately, Asphysic somehow seems to feel there is no tree. There is indeed a stone circle, but absolutely no tree.
This makes no sense.
We're shadowing there. Okay.
Baby of life. Oh.
Of course.
Um.
Did the tree exist?
You know how we were like so worried about what was keeping the baby alive?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk right up to the circle and right into the middle. I'm gonna check the soil.
Yeah, there is actually still a discernitive area of soil that is different, just no tree.
Yeah,
So
I guess
the
I'm just
rich
gonna-
soil is still there, but the tree itself seems to not be.
How do you say I told you so in Orcish?
Is there any
You were
indication or
wrong.
is there anything where the tree was?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
pile
just
of soil is
the
still there.
patch of
Oh, okay. I
rich,
I
nutritionist
misunderstood.
soil is still there.
Gotcha.
Okay, seeing you kind of stop in that stone circle and look around and everybody pause, she says, am I to take it that this was where the tree was?
Right
Yes,
in this
ma'am.
patch of soil. You can see the difference here. It makes no sense the way. And I'm just gonna pull out my notebook and start writing in it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn around and say, "This is where we saw the tree and found the baby." Oh, she moved.
Okay, she kind of walks over and pushes the soil in the middle with the tip of her boot. And she looks at you and says, fair enough. Back the way we came. Back to the pool.
Do you know anything about this?
No. Come on, to the pool.
Sounding yes.
What if do we leave the baby here and maybe the tree grows back?
That's not
She looks
how
at-
it works.
Would someone know about this? I mean, this is just
Now,
bizarre.
bearing in
It
mind,
was
of
here a
course,
moment
that Daleth doesn't speak her language and he doesn't speak Orcish, so he obviously said that in common, right?
ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're
Yeah.
so repeating what's being said, I
Yeah.
say that.
Dallas, we're going back to the pool.
Okay.
I mean, we
Sure.
come down here in a land where we know nothing, and we
Yeah.
keep messing with stuff.
Okay.
So we're going back to the pool.
Hey,
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
It just makes no
I'm
sense.
speechless. So
Don't
yeah.
understand
just-
what's happening.
All right.
So yeah,
What's
yeah.
the
I'm
tree?
gonna. I
Okay.
guess I'm leaving me and my baby.
Baby on board.
And I'm just kind of going through my notes, so I'm like flipping past the page with the tree in it, and then flipping back forward to the page that I'm at, and I'm just like, this just doesn't make sense.
All right.
I mean, I have a written record, if that helps.
Okay, well, eventually you do manage to get back to the clearing. Once you're back there, the the one elf that clearly was moving ahead has gathered up all your stuff. He's pretty much got your two shields in his arms, and then he's laid everything else like across the top of it, so he's holding it all out like this to carry it. And once you get back here, she says, past the rock. Head northeast. That's that way.
All right.
May I know the reason?
Oh, yes. you're going to see Lord Eruthian. He's going to decide your fate.
Does she point this way or the other way?
Northeast.
I assume past the rock means over here, so.
Yes.
Usually when you say past the rock and you're holding everything, it's sorry, I'm
Third,
paranoid.
yeah.
I'm just
Third,
gonna...
third rock to the left. Alright, and they continue to march you through the trees. Long through the dark. I mean, it's already pitch black by the time you got to the tree and come back. But they seem to, like, any of you that seem to start to stumble or whatever, you're very quickly given a shove and pushed back in the right direction. So the gnomes, of course, they can still see because it's low light vision. The rest of you pretty much are either having to follow by touching a gnome,
Oh, I touched a gnome.
or you're getting shoved. All right. Not long after that, probably about an hour later, this is what you see. Let me go ahead and put this in here for everybody. All right. You seem to be standing.
Ooh.
As you go through clearings, you notice glimmering lights are all up in these really tall, high-up trees, and it would appear that the trees are scattered with buildings that are all up inside the trees themselves.
Tree forts.
Fucking Ewoks up
Airbnb.
here.
Okay, they march you up to the largest, most central tree, where there is a archway carved in the center of it, and inside of it there's a spiral staircase that goes up inside the trunk of the tree itself, leading high, high up into the canopy. Once you get there, she very politely just gives you a gentle nudge and she says, "Up we go."
I follow suit.
All right, you guys may need to adjust your map here in just a second.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Pig squeal. You got me.
Oh my.
Ooh.
Sorry. I
Wow.
had to- Holy shit.
Wow.
Alrighty, let me go.
Gore, you outdid yourself, man.
Wow, this is incredible.
Awesome. I'm so glad we survived to this encounter.
Yeah, all this work
If
Gore had to do.
roll 20, hey, that's the risk I have to take every time with this show. All right. So yeah, there's like this massive, huge city. We're gonna zoom you guys all the way into the entry room. I'll go ahead and ping it. So on your map, you want to be about here.
Got it.
What the fuck? Is that what I think it is?
All right.
I think it's what you think it is.
As you ascend the top of the stairs, she kind of pushes her way past you to the top, steps out, and you'll have to recast your spell if you want to understand what she says at this point, Miss Marigold, because I believe it would have been... the duration's probably gone at this point.
I can't do that, so I'll just.
Thank
be
you. Thank you,
No.
Jennifer.
All right. In that language, you hear her say something to the individual at the top of the stairs. And then in Orcish, she says, "Come along, move slowly."
Is that a unicorn?
It is a statue of a unicorn, yes.
Okay.
It's not an actual unicorn.
Yeah, because that would be weird up in the trees, a unicorn. It's like...
Yeah, that would be weird. I mean, we found a fucking baby in a tree.
I mean, unicorn's still fucking weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the first thing you see is a huge, big, beautifully carved unicorn. The statue itself seems to be made of one huge, big, solid piece of like pearl white stone. But it does have a single gold unicorn horn for its central piece.
Need artwork here. Like it.
All right.
How does this exist?
In Orcish, she says, all of you out onto the balcony.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
It's cool, everybody. Cordelia's here.
mind your step. It's a long way down.
20d6 damage. Okay. Sorry.
All right. With that, she kind of moves around this way and says, follow me. I'll take you to somewhere you can stay.
I mean, I know I didn't want to be as much of a tree hugger, but I'm hugging the tree. This is high. I live in a mountain and this is high.
All right. Okay, she gets to this point and she says, in there.
And I'm afraid of heights.
So what it is that you're walking on, like the big central area is like an open, it's like a huge balcony that's around the tree. What you're walking through seems to be ginormous root tunnels. Like they're solid. So if you can imagine like a massive round root that's about 6 foot by 6 foot, into like a 6 foot diameter root, you're walking through them like tunnels. Once you get to here, she's pointing for you to walk up to the chamber to your left.
The gas chamber. Oh, no.
Says, you can rest here. Don't worry, your strange weapons and swords will be kept quite safe.
Hey,
Thank you.
thank you so
I
much.
can't understand her anymore. Never mind.
This is
She said our shit's gonna be safe.
I can't stress enough how much this means to us. Oh my god. I'm just gonna go ahead and lie down with the baby
All right.
and just
Once a couple of the guards are in place, she enters into the room and she says, I will have an audience with Lord Aruthian. We'll see what he decides should be done with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you again.
And then she just wanders off, leaving you. You notice that there's 2 of the guards that were outside have moved and positioned themselves outside your door.
So,
There is, in fact, a door here. It's like a circular door, almost like a hobbit door, that you can close to shut yourselves in if you want. Other than that, in this simple chamber, obviously you can count, there's 6 kind of fairly comfortable, somewhat flimsy beds. In the center, a single circular wooden table with 2 chairs and a small, what appears to be like a little, it looks like a candle and it's glowing, but you notice there's absolutely no wax has dripped down from the thing. So it looks like it's not actually like melting.
so
Yeah.
Well, looks like we're here until we talk to the person in charge, so get comfy.
does anyone find it weird that there's, the civilization notwithstanding, 6 beds and 2 chairs? Just an observation.
I'm
Oh.
gonna heal Jash now.
Alrighty. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
And, okay, for 8 points of magical energy transfers from you, or from Tritherion through you to heal the wounds of your companion Jash.
Alright.
Alright. Okay. Well, I think that's as good a place as any to wrap it up this evening. So there we go. We'll stop it right there. Well met. I'm Gorbad, the Dungeon Master here on How We Roll, as well as the author of thedmsblog.com, where you can find lots of fun and interesting articles for both Dungeon Masters and players alike. If you'd like to keep up with the show, follow us on Twitter at How We Roll. Check out our website, www.howweroll.com, and for our past campaigns and for some fun bonus content, follow us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll. We hope to see you all again real soon. Cheers, guys.
Oh, hey, it's me, Satchmo. I play Physic here on How Reroll. Like, I got 2 more of these to take care of, so I'm gonna cut it short. But if you want to follow me anywhere, say Twitch or Twitter, it's just Satchmo, and Satchmo just about everywhere. I'm glad you joined us tonight. I hope you come back again sometime. It stinks.
Hey everybody, Shagget here. I play a character on How Reroll. I'm not going to tell you who I play because if they die, I'm going to have to redo it. I've already done it once, never again. Follow me on Twitter at @aneb_convos, and I'll see you guys on How Reroll.
And that's how air works. What a good story. And I also hope you enjoyed today's story on How Reroll. I'm Jane and I played. If you want to follow me on social media, I do have a Twitter and it is Jane on Twitch with a 0, not no. That's all I have to say, so peace suckers, bye!
Roll the clip. Hello everyone, I play Jash Windstriker, a level 5 human fighter. And I really like playing him because he does really cool stuff all the time. And there you have it. You guys can follow me on Twitter at MattySweetTweet. And thank you so much for watching every Monday and Thursday. You guys are the best. I'm having a fantastic time on How We Roll so far, even though my character first ever got killed off. No big deal. No problem. We'll see you guys next time.
Hey guys, I am the Dragon Spooker, and for you and How We Roll this time, I'm playing Rush Brinkery, the Nomian engineering sorcerer. If you don't get enough with me on the show, then you can follow me on Twitter at Dragon Spooker. You can also check out my channel, which I should be streaming more in here in the future with my new rig this year, at twitch.tv/thedragonspooker. I'll see you next episode.